How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. Sorry for being late as all hell, but here we are, boys. And this song, dude, honestly, man, listening to it, I was kind of liking it. I was kind of digging, dude. We just missed the drop. Wait, where was the drop at? Hold on, I think that was it. Hold on. Is that the drop? Wait, hold on. Yo, let me turn this up. Just so all of us can enjoy the drop, dude. I was actually really enjoying this song, alright? I'm gonna turn it up so we can all fucking enjoy it, yeah, boys? That's pretty good, dude. That's a pretty good drop. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Why do I like this song so much? It's like a mix of one of the NCS songs, dude. Song name? Yo, let me just throw it at you, boys. It's so good, dude. Music, I love this one. Yo, we have to add this to the Duels mix, dude. We have to add this one. I'm already feeling it, dude. I'm already feeling it. I'm already imagining myself commentating one of the most insane duels I've ever seen in my life. And this song pops off and it just enhances the experience, dude. It is perfect. Wait, am I dialing into Duels playlist or Duels mix am I looking for? Hold on. Is it Duels playlist that on? I think I'd call it Duels playlist, right? Duels mix maybe? What do I call it normally? Duels playlist. Hopefully it's not the 5V5 1v1 Duels. Yes. No, I got it right. Yo, how y'all doing? Welcome back, boys. Yo, Golden Sands, my man. I don't know why it doesn't show up, but there it is, man. There it is, my boy. Thank you so much, Golden. Appreciate you, my man. We're becoming another wonderful, beautiful member. Yo, can we get a hashtag Golden Sands in chat? Showing our appreciation for wonderful membership, my man. Appreciate you. You have emotes in the chat. Connect yourself with Discord so you can have a special role for yourself in Discord. And my man, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel free to spam the shit out of those emotes anytime you want to in the chat. Thank you. I'm sorry for getting that song late to you, because I saw it on Discord and I was like, oh shit, I should get out and send it to you. And then on Thursday I started working on videos, and then we had a raid testing, and then we had dungeon testing. And then just basically got swamped. But as soon as I saw a message, like, shit, dude, I knew I forgot something yesterday. Send it to you, my man. Dude, anytime, I might not be the perfect person to get it, like, on the spot, Johnny on the spot. I'm sometimes, like, fucking late Andy over here. But I'm gonna try to do my best. Alright, boys. Let me get this song back up and running again, dude. I like this one a lot. Let's listen to it again while we get the 5V5 1v1 Duels up and running, boys. We're going to try to see if we can get Duels over on the EU. Now, I did hear on Discord that maybe EU servers are having a bit of a lag fest to it, so we'll try to get some EU Duels rolling either way. Who do we got in chat? We got ourselves Snag, we got ourselves Mithra and Kiba, Golden, my man. We got Myth, we got Daedra, we got Kren, Horia, we got ourselves Wild Jesus, my man. Silag Chopper, hopefully I got your name at least somewhat close, man. Haxium, we got ourselves Devlin, how you doing, my man? Hope you are having a good one. What's up, Jace? How you doing, my man? Boys, Jasper, what's up, man? Hope all of y'all are having a good one. Let me switch it to the 5V5 1v1 Duels in World of Warcraft. My mans, we got ourselves another beautiful Friday for some Duels for the day. The song easily getting added to the mix, man. Easily. I did dial 4. Do you have a group, man? Dalaran hashtag 1340. Dalaran hashtag 1340. Did I just fucking cut my bottom lip with my own tooth? What the hell's going on, dude? We got Jesus with the group. Hell yeah. Alex with the group. Ready? Yo. Oh my god. The boys are coming out of the woodworks today, man. Look at all y'all. Yeah. We're going to have ourselves a good day of duels, man. Great day of duels. My man, what is your name, Ford? You have me added. That one hashtag 1340. I see. Maybe is it gonna be Ford? Yo, if I see Ford, I'm gonna hit add, dude. I see Devil no brain, Kai, dude, Araktarn, Avidan, Afterkill, Vajizel, Hans Sapa. Which one are you, man? I'm in the bathroom. Okay. I don't see the bathroom, but I'll look for you afterwards. How does it sound, man? All right. Invite spectator match. Let's get Jesus and Alex first. We just gotta go by. Actually, okay. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get Kreiser versus. We'll go Kreiser versus Kragar. Just because Kreiser and Kragar. Taz versus Pello. Taz actually is new. Oh, he's not have a group. How you been? I've been pretty good. Yo, I've been good, man. Fuck. I can't message you either, can I? Okay, sorry. I'll message you as soon as I can. I've been good. Been good. Starting a duel. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna send him a message just so I at least respond to the boy. But I gotta get the duels up and running, boys. That takes priority. Sorry for the cough. I just gotta clear my throat, man. For the amazingness that's about to happen on the motherfucking screen, man. I want to see some good duels here, boys. Good old mixes in here. Yo, boys. I know how competitive these duels are, but let's have some fun today, man. You know what I mean? Let's have some fun for the day. We got ourselves Switch. We got ourselves Teemo Blue with Dark Core Kron as an elemental shaman. Ran Kedom on that same team as a Beastmaster Hunter by the looks of it. He does have a what looks like a spirit pet. So we'll see how well Beastmaster works. We got Christina on that Feral. We got my other Shadow Priest on the other Shadow Priest. And Nyxros on, I want to say Frost Death Knight by the looks of it. What's the team red of Russians? We got ourselves Bezzy in here. We got Illidanid. We got ourselves Medics. We got ourselves Ruten. What is it? Ruten? Real. Reten. Real. Reten? We got Reten. We got ourselves Sick. True Shot. Oh my goodness. I cannot. We got Reti. Yo, my man Reti already getting blasted down by Nyxros, so forcing a bubble. Reti, that's as close as I can get your name, man. We gotta call you Reti. My man Ritchie, still super low into the bubble. He feels like, you know what, I got Shield of Vengeance. Second, we got it down to the science. I got plenty of health to survive. I got a big old bike for Nyxos, big Shield of Vengeance, but Nyxos does bail away. Ritchie go for the two, trick it, but it's way too late. Too low on health. Looks like Nyxos has plenty of damage to take him down. With it's gonna be Medics up next. And what is this other paladin's name? Sick to run. Chokes. Oh, it's Chokes. Okay, I can remember him. Nyxos popping down the Death Pact while getting barraged by the Teemo from above, which is going to be pretty bad for him health-wise. No way to recover health for a bit. Does have AMS and IBF available at this point. AMS available for some of the damage from Medics, who is portion physical damage, though. As he's trying to avoid Nyxos, there goes that shield of, there goes that AMS down for a little bit. Nyxos playing with Lichborn, so that's going to be a 30% damage reduction. Needs to go for a lot of self-heals versus Medics if he wants to recover. Short stun into Medics, not forcing out Trinket, doing quite a bit of damage though to Medics though. What is this damage coming out of nowhere? Medics is going to try to see if he can catch up on health. Does get the I-beam interrupted, not as much haste, but Nyxos is still going to go down with a big dress out of Medics. Just take a Nyxos out of the game. Nyxos plays a pretty good game versus Reti, but against Medics, it is a Demon Hunter. Lots of self-heals, lots of sustain. A big bike at Medics now as he's already recovered health quite heavily versus Christina. Look at the health. It's almost like he's trying to health swap with Christina, man. He's trying to void shift with an enemy here. Recover health while taking down enemy missile. Going to be a short stun to Christina. She gets out of it immediately. Has torch for a second. The torch going to be down. Medics actually still staying sustainable with health. Not too many bleeds. Not too much damage. Christina trying to get a leap on top of Medics. Couldn't happen. Medics jumping down in prison onto Christina. Big dress to fall right after by one or the other. It looks like it might have been Medics' dress. As Christina's going to bail out of there. Did they get a root into Medics? He did get a rune to Medics. Lucida might be able to recover quite a bit of health. Medics no longer with that full metamorphosis. Still could be quite a bit of defenses available for him as he doesn't fly up, and a blur available. Fly up is a defensive either way you slice it. And it looks like Christina didn't get too many bleeds onto Medics in the opener here. Is going to recover a little bit of health, try to go for a big old re-stealth. Is that going to be Medics getting him out of stealth? He is. No, actually, somehow that Blade Dance didn't get the Feral out of stealth. That's going to be a tricky for Medics. Saved it until this moment. Thorns are up by Christina. Does Medic get to dispel those thorns? It looks like he isn't unable to. And Christina, perfect opportunity for you to get in combat with medics, to get engaged there in the combat building CP, man. Bash onto medics, big bite to follow. Medics does have IB that gives him metamorphosis for a little bit. Try to see if he can dispel off a spell from Christina. Dispelled something, not thorns though. It looks like he might be going down to just the bleeds. Christina does have enough damage there. Just the sustainability of a Pharaoh versus a Demon Hunter is just so much higher in general, and Chokes is going to be up next. Again, I don't seek to run Chokes. That's the only part I can read is Chokes at the end. Letter H, letter O, letter Ch, letter O, letter K, letter S in Russian. So I'm going to give him nickname Chokes, but you know what? Maybe he'll choke. Maybe the enemy chokes. You never know. Maybe this guy is that piece of popcorn that sits like in the back of your throat making you choke, you know, making you uncomfortable. We'll see if Christina will feel like they got some popcorn in the back of the throat. You know what I mean? That sounded wrong. But it's going to be Chokes for this Christina. Christina's taking their sweet time as a Pharaoh, leaping in with a big old opener. So it's really going to be down to how does Chokes respond. Shield of Vengeance is up after the bike. That's going to be Hand of Freedom for that Ruse. Try to see if you can catch up to Christina. The mobility of a Pharaoh is of a Druid and generally is unrivaled. Tricky for Christina on that Hodge. Does have Thorns. That's not great for the Shield of Vengeance, as Chokes could maybe line up wings with it. Will have the Shield of Vengeance dispelled with the dots from a distance. Still has quite a bit of damage to send to Christina though without wings by the looks of it. I don't think this man plays wings at all. But the judgment he throws out do quite a bit of number though. Either way, man. Why do we have Dalaran merch? Do we want Dalaran merch? Is that the next step in the YouTube career? Because I haven't had merch ever. I'll think about it. After this duel, I'll ask you boys again. Ooh, the bike. Oh wait, he actually got the animation to go across while stunned. That's hilarious. It looks funny. It looks hilarious. It's almost like he got stunned and he just lost control of the bike. Gonna be wings available for Chokes right now though. Hodge to Christina. Big damage. Christina's actually gonna melt it. Wall coming down for Christina. Is that wall gonna be enough bashing to Chokes? And he's gonna get a chicken out of it. Trying to finish off Christina right now. Is he able to? NASCAR up and running. Does get a short slow into Christina. Thorns are available. Shield of Vengeance not up for Chokes. Could be bad position for the Paladin as well as Christina. Starting to recover. Bubble available for Chokes. Does he finish it out while Bubble is up, or does he have to stand there and cast the health to full? Christina's hoping he stops and just start flashlighting himself. When Christina goes exactly the same with Rugos, is that Hodge available by Chokes any moment right now though. Christina might, oh, caught it up. Perfect restyle. This is exactly what Christina needed, I think, for this duel. As Chokes is going to get himself quite a bit of recovery, and we'll have to look for Christina as they are going to go for recovery themselves as well. Shield of Vengeance down, Bop available if anything. It's kind of crazy though, honestly. Kinda crazy so far with this duel and how close it has gotten. Chokes seeing Christina for a second, try to see if he can catch him. So re-stealth coming up for Christina immediately. He actually recovered quite a lot of health without renew, so this is interesting. It's going to be a big old bike by Christina. Chokes, does he have a second set of wings? He's trying to get some damage rolling to Christina. Well, they got Berserk, but looks like a lot of that damage. The sustain is just not enough. Next kick that Christina can get off of a heal, that might be huge. I think it looks like Christina missed a kick. That's what Chokes is healing right through it. Only 10% dampening, so it's quite a lot of heals. It looks like both of them are a bit of a stance. So Christina just trying to refresh their dots, doing a little bit more damage than Chokes, but Chokes being a paladin, wings damage is where most of your damage is available. Christina is just healing with regrowth through all majority of the damage from the paladin. Tricky coming up for Christina as they predict the wings. That's gonna be a bop on the Chokes. No more defenses, and gets rooted from a distance. Having to pop Hand of Freedom. Gonna be not even a reset for Christina. Just kind of bailed out of there in mid cast of Chokes. Looking to catch himself another reset. Looks like Chokes is completely out of option. If he has another set of wings, maybe with Shield of Vengeance, he might be able to make some big damage happen here. Thorns available for Christina. If he's able to hodge Christina before Christina pops a wall, get that Shield of Vengeance with the wings to pop it to Christina with some burst, that might be enough to get the big one shot to happen. But looks like Christina is going to reset, get himself a reset on that rake, big dress onto Chokes. And that's still going to be lots of damage. Maybe available for Chokes. Try to go for wings. Hodge to Christina. No chicken available. No pre-wall. Trying to make it happen. Wall is going to meet him as Christina meets about 40% health or so. Trying to get some big bites at Chokes. No kicks available, which might be perfect for this paladin to survive. Christina gets him bashed, but at high health, so not enough damage to really continue into maim right after. And goes for regrowth to self-heal themselves. Chokes might not be completely out of this fight, actually. Might actually not be out of this fight at all. Christina somehow running in front of him. I think he was kind of expect for Chokes to kind of run on the platform or something. Thorns is up. Chokes has no shield of vengeance for this. Just gonna try to get a juke out of Christina and maybe get a flashlight or two. 19% dampen. You gotta make this harder. Chokes actually surviving quite a surprising amount. Gonna be 100 Christina. No more thorns. Wings are up. Chokes might just have it right here. Does he take down Christina? He does. He played it to the very end. Coming back, man. Making a bit of a comeback compared to the last time he participated. Kedem is going to be up next. Kedem is going to try to get a stun onto Chokes. The Paladin is still moving. Trying not to get interrupted. The interrupt came out. He tried to juke it, but then as he's trying to get a juke out, he should have waited just a hair longer. Flash of lights available for Chokes. Does have shield of vengeance. That is going to be split between the Hunter and the Pet. It looks like Chokes is kind of just trying to get himself some resources rolling. Kedem has good line of sight of the Paladin. Except right now. But as long as he can maintain good line of sight, he actually will do quite a bit of damage to the Pala. Trap set on one side, probably going to be a tar trap. I doubt it's a knockback, but it could be. And Kedem looking to poke at the Pala. Hodge coming out, going to be a pet heal at 25% dampening. And Chokes does not have the wings to combo this. Being an Orc, Kedem is going to have a much easier time with the Paladin stuns into a feign death for a second. Freeze the trap as wings come out. Just going to disengage out of the fight completely and get some range damage onto Chokes, who has not a lot of line of sight. He has the spiller on the left. Is he just going to stay out in the open for Kedem? This is the perfect opportunity. Got him some Bishop Wrath. Chokes trying to see if he can create line of sight. The pony is kind of knocking him off, and that's going to be knockback trap. No line of sight for a short moment. Perfect opportunity for Kedem to get some damage. Bubble coming out for Chokes. As I can't believe it's been 5 minutes. You know, he probably doesn't run double pony, so it's probably like a shorter bubble, like a 4.5 or something. 3.5 maybe? It's still a long bubble either way. But I don't remember exactly what it is. Kedem has a trap laid, and looks like Chokes knows there's a trap there. Does get wings, trying to get as much damage to Kedem. With execute set, it's freezing trap, gonna stop him. Has a trinket. Maybe? Unless he's running relentless with the human racial. Which could put him behind a little. This way, Hand of Freedom is going to be perfect. Looks like Kedem is super low in health. Having to go for a little bit more line of sight than usual as more hammers are flying at him. This is where the Hunter is on the defensive. Try to get the kill commands rolling. This way, you want to do as much slows. Cannot slow the Paladin with the Hand of Freedom. Kedem might just have to turtle this. Acceleration is available. He is going to use it. Going to get him at least out of the execution range. And there goes that wings. Kedem does get himself a heal. Still, hammers are flying. Kedem could still be in a bad spot. Those hammers could do a ton of damage to you. I don't really know if he wants to be out in line of sight of those. He might need to get his pet pulled back. Maybe catch a camo if possible. And that looks like exactly what he's doing. As long as Chokes can keep the pet in combat, then he actually might be able to get Kedem in some sort of a little bit extra CC. Freeze the trap on the Hodge. Ooh, perfect for Kedem. Perfect freezing trap. He needed that because next Hodge was going to be really bad. Knockback trap for the Paladin. He is not deterred at all though, and Kedem is trying to min-max the range. I don't really know if a Beastmaster has the sustainability at this point. I feel like you have to be playing like a gushing Beastmaster Hunter and go for like the big bleed frenzy playstyle. Does catch himself a camo. The pet stands a camo as well. It looks like it's going to be impossible for Chokes to catch him. As long as you keep the pet in combat, it'll be so much harder to catch a full-blown camo. So that's something that the Paladin and everybody else playing against Hunters, if you're expecting for them to go for a camo, just hit the pet. Just tag the pet. And for Chokes, it's actually not a bad idea. I mean, just get Crusader Strikes into the pet that generates resources. Knockback on the Chokes, doesn't go as far. Catches Kedem mid-disengage, or mid-disengage with a Hodge. Gonna be a trinket feign death into a freezing trap, and Chokes has Shield of Vengeance. Might be able to get some damage to Kedem. He's gonna have that damage split between him and the pet, and then goes the Turtle Shell. So it looks like this dampening is actually gonna go into very high dampening as the Paladin is just not letting the Team Blue whatsoever recover in any way. Bob coming out for Sec. Does the pet have the ability to dispel the Bob? I think it does, but it doesn't matter. Kedem does go down. A Sec does have enough damage to take him down. My other Shadow Priest is up next. My other SP getting a stun onto Sec. Does have a human racial for it. There's going to be some VTs lined up. Sec doesn't have any health. Stifing is going to remove all the healing capability. That's going to be a big Void Eruption. That's going to be a game over. Even against a Shadow Priest, when you're this late into the game, with this high dampening and no cooldowns, there's not a lot you can really do. Illadani is going to be up next for Team Red. I think he was trying to get a bit of a slow walk from my other SP. Big Dress is getting used into a Disperse for the SP. This is going to be pretty good. Fear onto Illidan. He trinkets out of it. Mind control to fall. Nope, does not land. That is going to be a stun by Illidan. Trying to go for some Shadowmans. Illidan trying to dispel buffs from Mother SP. And there goes the mind control. I think Mother SP might have to get some dots onto Illidan and just kite the Demon Hunter the whole time. Like, get the dots and then keep him at bay the whole time. Let the dots melt him. Let the Siphon do stuff. Mind control while dots are running. Mind control Seer with a Siphon. Seer completely does kill off the Siphon. And looks like my other SP doesn't have any more defenses for a bit. Illidan is not going to recover much in health either at 50% dampening. Flying up in the air. My other SP does not have a defensive for this at all. I think he might just be down to those Fell Lances. It looks like the Fell Lances do get him down. And down he goes with a very, very dramatic death animation that we never get to see except for goblins. It's so good. There's going to be Dark Orcron coming out, getting big zappers available for Illidan with a Lightning Lasso right after. I think he is not DR'd, so it's going to be full damage as long as you can get some distance between you and Illidan. It looks like Demon Hunter is trying to heal through dampening, actually got himself at the Crucible Flame onto himself with a HOD, did a little bit of healing. For 54% dampening, it's actually quite a solid amount of heals with all the Legion Demon Hunters passive would bring. Hex trying to come out onto Illidan. He does Shadow Meld the stun totem, taking down the Shaman with a big old dress, and down it goes. Oh my goodness. Well, Sek came in with quite a bit of damage there, man. Illidan came in, cleaned up crew with the 2 kills, but Sek did get himself 2 kills as well, quite a bit of damage. Quite a bit. Especially him versus Christina, dude. I mean, that was a hard one for a Pala. Normally, I think a Pala would lose that, but he just tried his best. He kept playing and kept playing, and you can see just how much damage of his is just all... Prince Vodka got you, my man. It's just how much of his damage is just sustained, and it's so burst heavy, not sustained enough, you know what I mean? That's Paladins for you. Oh, boys, we got a group here? Alright, let's go another one. Let's do another one, yeah? So we got to figure out, I think it's going to be Chrysler and Kragar. Then we got Print, Palor. And we got Lord. I guess we'll do Lord versus Jesus. We got a lot of videos. I'm going to try to cue you guys ASAP. You know what I mean? Привет, брат. Удачного стрима тебя. Люблю тебя. Здорово, Алексей. Большое спасибо. Alexi says, what's up, bro? Hope you have a good stream. Love you, bro. And I'm like, love you, bro. Why don't you kiss me with that mouth, bro? If you love me that much, bro. Kiss your homies, bro. When you kiss your homies on the forehead, good night, bro. Wait. Yo, what's up, man? I appreciate you coming by, man. Appreciate you. Yo, 441, 440. Is that what we got? 440, 441, 441. We got to reach the 450. Or yeah, 441. I mean, 351. Okay, we got ourselves Chrysler and Kragar. Ford, I sent you a request towards Ford. Okay, well, at least the name will be really easy. I don't see it. Are you NA by any chance, Ford? If you are NA, then that's tomorrow. Today is EU. I might be a little bit, you know. Quick Prince Vodka. I try to get Prince in there as soon as I can, man. First time I do duels, usually a first come, first serve basis. But then I'll start mixing the guys around, mixing and matching to make sure you guys play against different teams. And I'll try to get you guys as many groups as is possible. I'm on NA. Yo, Ford, come in tomorrow, man. We'll be doing duels. We'll be doing duels tomorrow for NA. That explains it, yeah? Switch. We got ourselves Team Blue with Bladina. Is that what it is? Bladina. We got ourselves, oh my goodness, Zabul Umiret. Forgot to die? Yo, we got Forgot to Die in here. That's a name I can translate directly. Kragar in here as well. We got the 10th, and we got ourselves Embargo. Oh my goodness, you look badass. I love that. Mega Orc. Big old Legion shoulder blades. You got that big old red headband. Looking like an outlaw rogue. I love it. I love it. We got Chrysler on Team Red as the Warlock. Monster. We got ourselves FaZe on a Demon Hunter. We got ourselves Sap, X, and a Rogue. Symphony as a Feral Droid by the looks of it. And Taze as a human taser with a big old lightning. Jade lightning. Literally human taser. Literally, I mean, it's lightning. It's going to be stunned onto Kragar as FaZe is going to get them big slappers rolling. You see a big old gusher with the big old slappers flying up in the air. That's going to be Kragar with a bit of that reflect. FaZe is going to actually get a pretty big hit back. Wait. FaZe is taking a lot of that damage. Wait, did FaZe just use... You see, FaZe a big gusher. Did it just reflect his own lance into himself and then get hit by gushers? His own gushers? Is that what happened? Oh my god. Unless Kragar is the one who switches to gushers all of a sudden. Because I wonder how that works when you reflect your own spell and you all gushers. Can you proc gushers yourself? That'd be insane. I mean, that would make sense with corruptions. not our friend or foe. They're just a power. This is going to be stun onto Cracker. Trick gets out of it with... Trick something. I don't think you triggered that stun, though. I think you triggered the first stun. But FaZe is still on his back, not letting him go anywhere. Blur getting what? Actually, no, that was a secondary blur from the rangeful retreat, but he still has a full-on blur. Cracker with barely any health available. Try to see if he can recover as much as possible without having to burn his own enrage regen, and there it is. Stun to Cracker, needs to get a stun to FaZe, or at least get another blur. Not gonna get another bloodthirst at all. That's super, super unfortunate. There goes his one big defensive man that he needed. Gonna get some slows on the FaZe, maybe get a charge heal. Can still heal quite a bit with charge heals though. Is he playing the Stormbolt playstyle against FaZe? I haven't seen it yet. Or is he playing maybe like more of a charge build? It's hard to tell. Stormbolt is available, so now we know what talent he's running. He's gonna get himself a small heal with a little bit of that Crucible of Flame. I think FaZe can actually rip off the heal over time effect of Crucible, which would be worth against Kragar. We're trying not to give him any kind of healing. Kragar get another charge. Does he get the heal though? It looks like he does, as long as FaZe does not have any kind of dodge effect from it. And Kragar is still super low in health. Gonna be FaZe not flying up in the air. Looked like he disappeared for a second. I was gonna look up. There goes. Reflect available for Kragar. Trying to go for a big leap. I think you might be able to get one of those lances in there. Looks like one lance does connect. And Kragar does get himself a self-heal over time. Can this warrior defeat his biggest nightmare? A class that hard counters the warrior. Stormbolt into FaZe on his dodge. Looks like Stormbolt does not care about evasion or none of that, which is kind of good. I think in between the eyes, stun doesn't really care about that either. It's all range stun, which doesn't care about evasion, which is interesting. Kragar's super low in health. Might have to get himself on another defense. It's going to be double heal health increase with the Battle Master's Trinket as well as a Commanding Shout. Not really looking all that healthy because as soon as both of those effects wear off, his health is just going to shrink. But he is getting a lot of health recovery for the time being. Trinket's out of that stun. Stormbolt to the FaZe. He just needs to survive, I think, until he can get himself a proper lineup. Looks like he's actually recovered quite a lot of health here. If only he has a Warlock health on his team, that would have made it probably much easier. Like for FaZe, it is with all that leech. But Kragar is still behind though. His health is starting to lower down. Commanding Shout and Battle Master Trinket would have wore off by now. So his health, he's best to try to survive until he can get himself a big old enrage regen. Big charge onto FaZe. He might need to combo a stun with enrage regen and get 2 bloodthirsts out back to back. Stun onto Kragar, no way out of it. It is still super low in health. Stormbolt onto FaZe, looking like he actually got himself in a position where he does not need to use enrage regen just yet. So you can save it for later as FaZe pops out the big metamorphosis. There it is, man. He's going to have the big meta. He's just looking to end Kragar, take him out of the game immediately. Getting interrupted on I-Beam that does reduce some of the haste that Haze could possibly get if FaZe does run the trait for I-Beam. It gives you, what is it called? They just added that trait back into Shadowlands. Man, I literally cannot remember for the life of me. But it's like a trait that gives you haste. Furious Gaze, that's the one. Stormbolt as Kragar super low. Having to go for 1 bloodthirst. Does he get a charge heal? Get the fear off just so he can get the charge and recovered quite a lot of health. Where's his FaZe? But will this recovery be enough? He needs damage. And one thing he can do against FaZe is do some damage. FaZe got blur. He got that leech. He got stuns back to back in a wombo combo. Kragar at some point will have to get on the offensive. He needs to get aggressive at some point. Because so far he's been very defensive. He's been very survivable. Like, he's in a cage with a tiger. And so far he hasn't went down without a fight just yet. But it's not really that he's winning at any point. Maybe he just got to outlast FaZe until dampening starts rolling in. And then he can do some damage. Going to be a reflective L for Kragar. His FaZe is looking to get a couple of those lances. Actually just getting outranged. Kragar decided, you know what? Not even going to go for line sight. This is going to go outrage just so I can get a remount up so I can have the mobility. Bladestorm coming out in case FaZe was going to go for a stun. Trinkets out of the second stun for FaZe. It looks like maybe Darkness coming out of FaZe. Looks like maybe this is where Kragar have waited out long enough where he could finally start doing some damage to FaZe, where the damage will finally stick. No more metamorphosis. Blur won't be up for a bit. Kragar taking a bunch of damage though. Can he recover and maintain his health? As FaZe recovered quite a lot of health during the short metamorphosis moment that he had. Is it short? Is it still meta? There's no way it's still meta, right? Or maybe it is still long meta that he just extended with an I-Beam. How long does that meta last? I swear. Kragar at super low health. Does he have any recovery whatsoever? Commanding Shout is back in the play. Maybe Battle Master's Trinket as well. It's going to burn Battle Master's Trinket first. The Commanding Shout is on a standby. Fear onto FaZe. This is where Kragar's probably going to get a charge heal just to make sure he can recover. And Commanding Shot is still available as well. And I think one of the advantages for Battle Masters and Commanding Shot is it gives you more health. So then Bloodthirst gives you better health because better percentage. Or bigger percentage, but bigger health pool. So it gives you a bigger heal. There goes in Rage Regen. Stun onto phase. He has a trinket if he wants to. Does not choose to use it. Is going to get a blur out of this immediately. Straight through an interrupt onto the I-Beam. Kragar, can he somehow just start turning around into phase? Is there a possibility for him to start turning damage onto phase? No more blur available for Demon Hunter. Flying up in the air. And actually Kragar waiting for a second to see if there's lances going to be flying. It looks like there's going to be 2 that will land. It looked like Kragar was kind of waiting with a reflector. Maybe to be like, okay, maybe I can catch a reflector too on a couple of those lances. And it doesn't look like he went for it. Super low health again. Commanding Shout is gone. Battle Master Trinket gone. I think he has a Safeguard Trinket as another trinket, so not a lot of defensives really left over for Kragar. Unless someone should be coming back off of cooldown. Super low in health, could be down and done here. Does try to go for a slight heal into the prison. I think FaZe just might have him here. I think the next global might be it. Stun to Kragar. Blade Dance trying to get out of it, and down he goes. FaZe trying to do what he can against Kragar. Did you run Vision of Perfection just now? Not Vision of Perfection. Conflict of Strife? I don't think he ran Conflict of Strife, boys, did he? Because it looked like he had a proc like once he killed someone with Conflict. But maybe I'm wrong. Embargo is going to be up next as an Outlaw versus FaZe. We'll see how well can he compete against the Demon Hunter. He's going to get him hit with a slow immediately. Not even going to go for a stealth. There goes a Vanish into a cheap shot, trying to pop all the cooldowns in the world. Is he going to be able to do much here? It's going to be short blur for FaZe. Embargo waited out for a bit of that stun to do it later. Pistol shot to follow right after, but that's going to be a stun by FaZe at 70% dampening. Still quite a lot of recovery available for FaZe. Kilnspear coming out for the Outlaw Rogue with that parry. Try to see if he can parry the damage from FaZe. It doesn't affect a cooldown. Fly up in the air coming out for FaZe. That's going to be Embargo popping in a Cloak of Shadows to try to get out of there. He's going to get himself a Sippy Cup rolling or two. Not catching the resale to get a cooldown rolling on the Sippy Cup, which might be bad for him. But he's trying to maximize the damage onto FaZe into a disarm right after. FaZe actually cannot respond unless he goes for the I-Beam or a stun. And there goes a stun towards the end of the disarm into a quick I-Beam. Stuns Embargo again and just continues rolling there. He might have enough damage ramped up, and Embargo is actually out of defenses completely. Trying to get himself cooldowns back. Vanish available in 30 seconds. The more common points you spend to finishers, the faster you get certain abilities. Missing the gouge onto FaZe. Does at least try to grapple away from it. FaZe reconnecting yet again. Stun short onto FaZe. Embargo almost has a Vanish. If he just uses 1 or 2 more finishers into common points into a finisher, he'll be set. Mally rolling to FaZe. Embargo doesn't really have a lot, except for maybe for a Vanish. Trinket is back up if he needs to. Goes to Vanish, and FaZe might just be able to fight him. Does clip past him. Embargo get himself a bit of a Sippy Cup. Should keep him alive for a little bit longer. Next stun could be deadly. I don't know if he's playing the Iron Stomach for bigger heals from Sippy Cup and the second Sippy Cup you make, or if he's playing the Evasion. No, not Evasion. The Feint Talent. That's going to be Embargo. Just getting a nice pistol shot out to FaZe and just going to dip behind the pillar before he can catch a full apex of the flight to get all those lances rolling. Sap onto FaZe. Trinket available for FaZe if he needs to. If Embargo got himself a Adrenaline Rush rolling a little bit early, so might be able to get a full stun lock setup onto FaZe. Trying to get some common points. Between the eyes from a distance. Does he get the pistol shots? Pistol shots with a Gusher could actually be really good. It's going to be caught up in the air for a second from that kill spree, which is very, very unfortunate. Disarm to FaZe. Can get a stun onto Embargo. Dropping down Darkness. Don't really know if he needed to do that while Disarm happened. But decided to do it either way. Parry back up for Embargo. FaZe is going to go for an Imprison, trying to deny the value on that defensive, trying not to hit into it as best as possible. Embargo still has plenty of defensive. Short stun onto FaZe. That might be enough, though. Does he have enough damage to follow from here? It's going to be FaZe trying to see if he can Blade Dance on top of Embargo. Grapples away from that stun, which is perfect. FaZe does get to reconnect with an I-Beam clipping and barely going to be FaZe flying up in the air. Embargo has Cloak of Shadows for this. FaZe is actually out in the open with nothing to do. Embargo is just waiting for the man to land and hit him with a couple City Strikes. Actually gouge instead. Does he have a stun to follow? Stun, I think it's going to be done, and FaZe is out of there. Embargo taking him out. With Taze up next, is going to Taze our boy Embargo. He does have a Vanish for this, does have a Trinket too. Could be a big Vanish here, as Taze did go for a big Dressed. Embargo get himself a Sippy Cup, just trying to get a pistol shot, and kiting Taze around a hair. Is going to walk by and I think hit the images for a second just to get some comp points rolling. There goes his Orc Racial, got himself a Drone Rush rolling. Might be able to get a big amount of damage here, maybe. He's just gonna wait for Taze to come to him. Stun onto him, might be able to get a bunch of damage. Embargo is just looking to get set up. Disarm onto Taze will be able to deny the Fist of Fury, but Embargo is still in the bad spot. He's gonna go for advantage. Taze desperate, looking for Embargo. Does he play any gushes to be able to find him? It doesn't look like he does. And Embargo is gonna land that sap, at least get himself a bit of a reset. Embargo has a trinket. He has a grapple hook to get out of certain CC. If he can go for... I don't even know what he can do, actually. I think just get him some sippy cups rolling. Trying to go for some damage on Taze. Killing Spirit right after. Taze cannot stop it unless in-cap. Taze is actually super low on health. Does get himself a Warlock Healthstone from Chrysler. And Embargo goes for that kiting spree. As long as he can get out of the clutches of a monk, for the most part as a rogue, you can get away from him quite easily. There's going to be a wall for Taze unless he has a second roll available. Once he has a roll, going to be Embargo disengaging with a gouge into a stun on Taze. Trinkets out of it. There's going to be a trinket available for Embargo if he needs to. And that Touch of Death is going to do a lot of damage. Blinded and Taze. Touch of Death is still going to do a lot of damage either way. He cannot manage to get a reset. It's going to be Karma. Embargo taking a big damage out of the Dressed. That was just a lot of damage. That was just way too much. If Embargo had a parry, he actually could parry Dressed. Which is weird that you can parry and dodge Dressed, but you can. You can't still like a physical attack. Next up is going to be Vladina. Up next, Vlad versus Taze. As he got himself a bit of a diffuse magic, there goes the A-bomb. I think this monk is out of cooldowns completely, unless he got the amazing mobility. Does he have anything left? I think it's just a moment of desperation here with that Fist of Fury as he's surrounded by the army of the dead. That rogue really exhausted everything out of that man, dude. Really exhausted every CD out of him, dude. That's how you play as an Outlaw rogue, man. That's perfect. Even if he didn't win, he played that one really, really well. And it looks like Sap X is going to be up next. I want to say as a sub-rogue, because he has a dagger in one hand, sword in the other. I don't think he's an outlaw. Unless, maybe he is. Yes, he is. Between the eyes of the Vladina, is going to get a big old bike to follow. Going to be IBF for Vlad. Does get a stun onto Sap X. He's going to get himself a feint rolling really quickly. That's a lot of damage already racking up on the rogue. He's going to be throwing a Crucible, one at Vlad, one at himself. In order to get himself, he'll go in at 49% dampening, though it's going to be quite rough. Killing Spirit onto Vladina, trying to do as much damage as possible. Just someone to the Death Knight as he tries to go for a transfusion. Not gonna let him heal at all. Blind right after. He's like, you know what? I actually got so much to see. Big utility out of Vlad. Blind. I don't know if the blind might be a little early. But Vlad is going to have to go for a death pack right here. Will not be able to recover a lot of health. Sapex is still in the kind of a bad spot. Has parry, has vanish if he needs to. Has Cloak of Shadows. Might want to start using defensives. Otherwise, he might be done and done here. He needs a defensive in order to survive this damage. There's a lot of pets doing a lot of hits. Cloak and parry available at the very last second. Barely has a health. And Vlad just needed to sneak in one ability. Just sneak in through those defensives. And he'll have him set. Cries with a couple of conflags, taking him out. We are at 53% dampener, boys. No healing allowed in this portion of the duel. Good luck, have fun, and enjoy. Forgot to Die is going to be up next, so we'll call him Forgot for a second. I forgot, you forgot, he forgot. But really, he forgot. Cries are dropping down Big Infernal. It's going to be Rain of Fire as he's getting himself some big Casbolts cooking. That's going to be actually Trinket out of Forgot. Trying to get an interrupt on Casbolt. I think it might just be done and done here. It's going to be a big heal for God. Chrysler leaping up to the gateway. No leap available for... Oh, no. He missed the leap with a fear right after Casbolt hitting him in the back. I think it's going to be done for our boy Forgot to Die. Unless he... Oh, there we go. He didn't forget this time. That's his name translated. Forgot to Die. 10th is going to be up next as the Paladin. Retribution versus Chrysler, who just lost his Infernal. I think Dark Stone Stability might have been used here or not. Is going to have to go for a longer game versus 10th. But Bubble might come out very, very early for 10th. It's going to be a Cataclysm with a Casbolt Wombo combo. Chrysler trying to walk away from 10th. Going to be a Trinket into Mortal Coil. It's going to be Trinket for 10th. Kicks Chrysler on Shadow. And has no way to actually CC 10th for a second. It's going to be one Casbolt. Maybe a second. Big Shield of Vengeance. Actually, it is reduced by dampening. Fear Spam onto 10th. Still has the Bubble, so he's in a fine spot. Chrysler needs to be worrying about his position right now because Bubble, oh, didn't even need it. 10 did fine without a bubble, and Symphony is going to be up next. Bopping immediately. That's going to be the bike stop completely. 10th was a perfect combo of a perfect defensive use here. Still holds on to a bubble for later, and actually doing quite a lot of damage to Symphony. Bubble or Bop down for 10. Hodge on the Symphony. Trinkets out of it. Wings available for the Paladin. Thorns available for Symphony. Paladin's just trying to sneak in a heal somehow. Can he do it? Bash by Symphony. Does he get the bubble fast enough here? Is the Forbearance going to allow him to? And it does not. It looks like Symphony does end up taking him out at the very end. That was some 60% dampening. 10 million damage for our boy FaZe. Was that literally on to Kragar? Most of it was. 10 million. Okay. FaZe, I need to know, did you, when you reflected one of the lances, did you hit yourself with gushers? Because I don't think Kragar, yeah, Kragar has cut of death. I don't think it would have been cut of death. You have to, yeah, gushers for days. What do they got? Tempest Verdict. Christina got to play a bit. What about the Rogue? My man, Embargo with the big old gushers. Yeah, for outlet seems to be the way to go, man. As cheesy and as scummy as all that stuff are, it lets certain specs that are generally not good finally be kind of viable. You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry about the damage. You just worry about the CC that you bring, which I guess is kind of... I don't want to give Corruptions too much of a write-off in a good light, so we're going to call it there. Let's get another group going, yep. We got to get another group going. Yo, for real, the Gush... yeah, I won't... you know what? I won't defend Corruptions. Not gonna. We gotta get Crippers versus Prince, we got Jesus versus Lord, and we got us as Alex versus Chrysler or Krager. We'll figure out which one is gonna be available right after. Crippers, hopefully that's the right name. Prince Vodka. Gotcha, boys. Typical Gusher DH, I know, right? Yo, dude, everybody runs Gushers, so like at this point, like what else can you do? Honestly, I used to be upset about stuff like that. I stopped because you just end up running gushing yourself, and it's like, well, now my damage is fixed. Like, if Blizzard isn't gonna buff my class, well, I'll just run gushers, so now I have damage. I don't have to worry about it. So now I can play the CC mechanics that I get to play. I'm going to see you, Corruption. Yo, boys, just wait until pre-patch and the Corruptions are gone and out in another zip code, and you don't have to worry about it ever. Just trust me, it'll be so close. I sent a friend request, Anthrax90. Anthrax, can I see ya? Can I see ya? Anthrax. Let's see, Devlin. Are you sure you sent it? I don't see it. Are you sure you sent it? Are you sure about that? Alrighty, boys. Let's get on the go. Which? We got ourselves Kate, Alex here. And it's weird that I have a Corsair. It'll disappear in a second. We got Catalyx in here with Madison, Sharingan, Tyrion of Spy? Tyrion Fosby. Is that what the name? Tyrion? We got ourselves Melly as well on Team Blue as an Assassin Rogue versus Team Red with Crippers going to go out first. And Regiment Paladin already meeting Tyrion. That's going to be Infernal Crash. We got you watching the back. Ganker, Mary as well as Mova. That's going to be Crippers first off versus Tyrion. Shield of Vengeance is retreating into his team's base, team starting area with a Mally rolling on him. Looks like Tyrion is not going to push up at all. You just kind of going to let the pets run at Crippers. Let the Succubus do some work. Wait until Infernal is down. But Crippers, I mean, he probably plays arenas, you know what I mean? He probably plays plenty of arenas. He's like, you know what? I see Infernal, I hide. That's the only way to deal with Infernal. You don't beat Infernal. You don't fight it. You just hide away from it. It's a pretty big CD. Don't deal with it. Don't worry about it. Big Casba's coming out for Tyrion. As he's going to throw in a Crucible of Flame as an essence. Interesting choice. Not playing Version of Perfection Major by the looks of it. Maybe he's trying to kind of rot the enemies down with dots. He's going to be Trinket for Tyrion with Wall. Try to get a gateway out. Still taking loads of damage from Crippers. And Crippers got himself a Crucible as well. Throwing in hammers at Tyrion from a distance. He got quite a bit of damage himself. Chaos Bolt onto Crippers. Fear again. No, actually, Fear Trip at the yard. Tyrion doesn't really have a lot you can do. That's going to be an interrupt to Chaos Bolt. And down he goes. His body collapsing down below. And Madison's going to be up next. Madison versus Crippers. Demon Hunter versus a Retribution Paladin. I think the Demon Hunter has an advantage. Big old bike thrown at Crippers right now. And Madison should be able to get quite a bit of damage onto the Pala. Crippers no longer with a Shield of Vengeance. That's coming back in 5 seconds. Bubble and Bop still available. Repent! He had to repent in his back pocket and he never told us about it? How come? I would have loved to see it. Trying to pop some wings with a Shield of Vengeance, trying to reverse the damage back to Madison, but Madison using the ability to stay as far away from Crippers as they can into a prison right after. Madison just looking to get himself maybe a bit of a different setup. It is actually kind of low in health, actually. Actually low in health. It looks like they might be able to turn around to Creeper's bubble coming out as the dress comes in. For Madison does get a repent onto the Demon Hunter. Keeps him in place for a little bit. Does he have a Hodge coming up after this? Because he has a Hodge, he might be able to do it. Madison is going to be able to survive this by a hair longer. Maybe stun onto Creeper's. Darkness coming down. Might be enough. How lucky are you with Darkness? Like a 50% absorb or something? It looks like Madison did recover quite a bit of health. If they can get an interrupt onto Creeper's, that would be perfect. Creeper's needs a Hodge right now. He still has a big defensive. If necessary, does take down Madison at the very end. I think he just used the Warlock Hellstone, by the way, from Mova. Going to be a bop onto Creeper's. And Sharingan trying to see if he can dispel it. Cannot. Still plenty of damage. Goes through the cooldowns for Creeper's. And Repent might be the CC that lands. Doesn't. Big dress by Sharingan trying to hit Creepers right now. He has nothing. Repent is all he has. Oh, the immolation aura just being next to Creepers was enough to burn him. And Yawashi is going to be next. He's just going to take that Repent like as if it was his own sap. From a sap into a kidney shot. Going to be immediate trinket out of Sharingan Eye. Evasion available for Yawashi. Is playing that assassination. Get hit within a prison for a second. Sharingan might have it stunned for this one. He does have full metamorphosis available. Stun is there, but no meta. That does fall off into a blinded Sharingan. Not a lot you can really do, and I think Yawashi is going to be able to take swap it to the wrong person, take Sharingan out. Sap, and as long as Yawashi has a perfect go here, can you 1-0 him? I guess it's possible. Assassination is going to get the Vendetta rolling. Big Reaper Flames, getting the bike in there. Actually, could be a 1-0. I think the dots will probably secure it. Trying to throw a bike and Yawashi doesn't connect. It's hard to tell if it even connected. Sharingan Eye looks like he's just going to die down to dots. And he actually did do 100-0 in a single setup. Just put dots and just kind of walked away. Hands-off approach, man. He just needed to wait it out. I guess he could have, continued doing the damage. But given Sharingan Eye the opportunity to heal meta, not even worth. And Melee is going to be one of the last two left on Team Blue as we hit on that 4-minute mark. Yawashi picking up the eyes, get an advantage. Melee sees him. He knows he's nearby. He does hit him with a fan, but that's going to be kidney shot out of Yawashi with a dress to follow right after. Yawashi doing quite a lot of damage in the opener like here. That's going to be a big old smoke bomb for Yawashi. Does get an auto attack onto Melee, which is going to get the crippling poison rolling. Melee is super behind right now. They are going to be able to recover a little bit of health. No dampening quite yet, but still super behind. Needs to make sure the next opener onto Yawashi is perfect. Needs to sap him or something. Next one is going to end up getting a kidney shot, and Melee is going to have to trinket that kidney shot. And then Yawashi, if he has a blind back up, that's it. Yawashi does not have a trinket for a bit though. That is the only advantage of Melee. It looks like Yawashi is hanging out, camping the other eye. Melee already used advantage, so they can't really go for the eye. Looks like they decide to hang out by that side of the arena. I guess that's where they saw Yawashi last. They were like, well, I saw him there, so maybe he's hanging out there again. Now realizing that maybe it's by the eye. Doesn't camp it though. Yawashi is very, very aware that the eye is such a useful tool here to be able to find the other rogue. It looks like we might just have a stealth duel unless Yawashi picks up the eye. He does choose to go for it. Does see Melee. That's going to be a sap out of Melee either way. Yawashi does get a trinket back up. He could trinket this. Does go for a trinket. It's a trinket back to Melee. Evasion. That's going to be blind onto Melee's evasion. Yawashi just took a defensive out of Melee's trinket. Melee can do the same though with Yawashi. They do have a blind. Melee should have a blind, but there's going to be an opener by Yawashi first. They're going to have to sit through it. Unless Yawashi somehow messes up the opener. If Yawashi messes up the opener, then he'll be in a bad spot. Outside of that, Garrod, Melee does go for a blind. Yawashi messed it up. Should have went for a kidney shot. I guess maybe he didn't have it. I would have then turned yourself, make sure you get a Garrod so you don't get the dots. For Melee, this is perfect. Melee, this is your chance to actually get some damage. Yawashi still has evasion though. So you need to get a kidney shot. You need to get the opener. Trying to get the saps in. DR, kidney shot by Yawashi instead of Melee. Melee just needs to go in for it. When you hesitate too much, things like this tend to happen. It's going to be a restyle by Yawashi with a shadow meld, and Melee is just done and done, dude. The dots are there. Once you get the dots cursing, there's nothing you can do. Was that a vendetta? Out of Yawashi, was that a vendetta? Oh my goodness. And Kate Lax is the last one left. Kata Layax is the name, actually. I've been screwing it up this whole time. Cat up next, though. What kind of pants are those? What is that? It's like a strap on the side. What is that? Getting a shot by Yawashi. Can Cat go through Yawashi, Mary, and Mova? Big old dress by Yawashi as the dots are cursing. Cat, kind of keyboard turning. Interrupt. I think it's going to be over. Leg sweep. Cat, I think you're done. Unless you're Karma. Cat, no. What happened? Yo, Cat, I hope we see you more in these duels, man. I really do hope we see more of you in these duels. That was just an unfortunate game. Yawashi sneaking away 3 kills, though. Good interrupt. You watch him get him some really good damage. I'm not sure if he's getting gushers or if he's got like something else going on. I do want to check it though. I'm not gonna blame him for gushers. But it looks like every time he gets an open on somebody, he always gets a gushing proc. So it's like a guarantee, like you're gonna do dots. Man, that was unfortunate. But anyway, boys, we got another duel, yeah? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, man. What can you do, boys? What can you do? Honestly, don't even worry about it, man. It's gonna be EU with 342, yeah, 43. Here we go. Let's get Jesus. We got Scubas in here. Got a full group ready. Okay, so we're gonna have to get, let's say, Kreiser into Alex. Then we'll get Scubas into Kragar. And we'll go Pelor and Prince. We'll get Lord or Jesus against them. How does that sound? We'll try to get you guys mixed up a little bit. Let's get Jesus versus Lord. Did it not work? Okay. That's fine. We gotta get Jesus and Lord Kragar. I know you're ready, so we get you versus Scubas. Kreiser and Alex will duel each other after Jesus and Lord. I'll try to get you guys, I guess, one another in as much of a variety. I'll try to make sure no two teams see the same person too many times. I'll try to make sure you guys are going against different people regularly. I'll do as best I can. Our first friend request DLC and Trax 90. Okay. And Trax, I see you now. Okay, cool. I gotcha. Gotcha. Make sure to whisper me in a real ID so I can put you out on the on this list here. Cause that's like the only way, dude, I can figure out who played against whom. Cause it's not organized. I'm kind of the disorganized, organized person, right? To somebody else, you might look at my screen and be like, "Wow, this is a mess." To me, it makes sense functionally to me, so I can at least like keep the duels going. So, yeah, just make sure to whisper me, and I'll have you show up, and I'll put you somewhere, and I'll figure out like who you're going up against. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one going, yeah. We got ourselves switch. We got ourselves your boy Athel, man, my man, piloting his Gundam. We got ourselves Daedra in the back. We got a Bliv going up first on Team Blue with a human. Ooh, we got Zavo back here as well, and Tracer versus Bezzy on Team Red. Illidanid Medics. We got ourselves Riti in here as well as Chokes and Riti. So it's Tenriel. Riten? Riti? I call you Riti just because it feels like it's close is the easiest for me to say. Obliv is going to try to see if he can get himself Greater Pyro into Riti, who trinkets out of the poly. Sends a bike, and Obliv, he just sends it. He doesn't care. Hand of Freedom for Riti with a Shield of Vengeance to follow. Obliv is going to get himself a blink away from Riti. Shield of Vengeance not going to hold off too long, and Riti, I mean, this man is just melting. He doesn't even know it, though. Bubba coming out, and Obliv doesn't go for any defensive here. Looks like he's just going to try to see if he can survive against the damage from Riti. Trying to instant-cast as much as possible. Huge heals for Obliv right now. From the dress, I think he went for a Warlock Hellstone, and Richie is still super low. He tried to max as much damage as he can during his bubble, but he just couldn't. Actually, Rooted cannot do anything about the cheap pie. It goes down to a cheap pie, I believe. Man, it looked too easy. He just rooted him and just like cooking up a pie. There it is. That's it. He already knew the game was over before anything. We're just trying his hardest, man. Illidan is going to be up next. Pyros are flying. Flames are flying. He's trying to send those flames back, man. He's trying to pass the ball around with a Bliv. Going to be an interrupt onto the Ivy with a Mally rolling onto Illidanid as he got himself some demon form up and running. This is going to be a fly up in the air, and a Bliv looks like he's going to be able to get himself away from Illy. Really going to be kind of stuck out in the open, and it's going to be some Obliv going for some combustions. Illy running away from Obliv. No way for him to actually be able to steal the combustion buff, and if that's what he does. Going to be a big old meta towards Obliv with the Darkness Fall right after entering the prison. It's a lot of cooldowns. You just gotta overlapping over each other, but he decided to go to use that Metamorphosis while he has it to get as many Crucibles of Flames into him for a self-heal. Short stun onto Illy, by Illy onto Obliv. It looks like Illy is trying to find a way to recover health against Obliv, but he just cannot really get close to him for a long enough time. Missing the Blade Dance. I think Illy might just be going down here. He has Master still burning him. Barely any health available. Does go for an I-Beam, giving him a bit more leech. He needs to Sun Lock and lock down Obliv for a second in order to get any kind of heals. I don't know if he'll be able to do it. As Obliv is bailing all the way to the other side, gets a couple Fire Blasts into Illy. And the Demon Hunter is going to have to sit there and get some Crucibles. I think he has to. So Obliv is going to have to push in. So he just does not let the Demon Hunter extend the game for too long. Going to be in prison. Does Illy get himself I-beam back up? Stun onto Obliv for a second. Does trinket it at the... Oh, does not trinket here. Blinks it at the last second when Illy was comfortable attacking him in that one spot. Root onto Illy for a second. Does get blur. He's going to fly up in the air. Does Obliv go for the kill right here? Temporal is up. Just trying to end Illy with the pyros available. Might be enough right here. Did have himself Temporal in order to deal with some of the lances. It looks like Illy did pick up a little bit of self-heals from that attack. Breath onto Illy. Scorch is coming up for Obliv. Getting those crits onto Illy. Mastery needs to be just a little more damage. Just a little more damage to take Illy down. He's just hovering on the tip of the loss and a win right here. Trying to get himself a little bit extra healing while Meta's up. Missing. Actually getting the dress. Taking Obliv quite low on health. There's quite a lot of health recovery. It looks like Illy is back on the up and up. Malik getting thrown at Illy to try to reduce the amount of healing he'll do. Obliv is hovering at very low health. He is just waiting until cauterize maybe at this point. Illy with barely any health available to heal from. Maybe Mali will fall off. Meteor crashing down in the last second. Man, the amount of survivability and longevity these Demon Hunters have is crazy. It is crazy. Medics trying to see if he can get a Blade Dance onto Obliv, but it's going to be a breath and root to stop him in place for a moment. With the Ring of Frost, almost making that Ring of Frost happen. Does get himself I think a blink into an interrupt on the medics. Does get hit with a dress, however. So Obliv is going to try to see if he can CC medics. Trinkets out of it. Does not want to get hit by a G-Pie at all. So that's going to be a trick out of medics. And Obliv got himself self-heals. It looked like medics pushed in for quite a bit of damage. He did commit a dress, but didn't really get a lot of value damage that is going to stick to Obliv. I mean, look at him. He's healthy. And there's going to be a gushing proc from that. Oh no, God, gushers from your glaives? Oh my God, that is disgusting. Just me? Ah, that's just so much damn for just a simple ability. That's going to be Ring of Frost. G-Pie Duskin. Oh, someone breaks it. Something broke the G-Pie combo wombo. Gonna be an interrupt onto Medic's I-Beam. That's gonna be big combustion for Obliv. Darkness coming down for Medics for the mastery. Just for the mastery alone. It just doesn't want to get burned. Meteor on one side, Obliv on the other. Maybe breath available for Obliv. Does get himself a temporal, so you should be able to survive this for a bit. Medic's just trying to CC him. Try to get an I-Beam rolling, but a breath breaks it. I think Medic's is going to go down. Mastery, maybe a little bit damage. Medic's tried to recover a little bit more health. Crucible or two, I think, was used in order to self-heal. And down he goes. That's the second Demon Hunter. Boys, you got to change up your strats. 2 Demon Hunters, 1 Fire Mage. Who's going to win, man? Who's going to end up winning this one? Bezzy pushing up onto Obliv with a Greater Fade. Using Greater Fade to make sure he's immune from all CC. And gives himself the mobility. Try to go for a bit of a setup onto Obliv. It does break, however. That's going to be Bezzy. Going to have to re-catch up to Obliv. Can a Shadow Priest actually pose a threat to a Fire Mage? I mean, with the silence and constant dispels or constant purges of like any buffs that a mage might set up, it actually could be quite bad. Could be quite big. Obliv does have quite a bit of survivability. He is playing the normal blink that gives him also Blazing Barrier, so he has quite a lot of absorb. Ring of Frost off of the G-Pie looks like it is not gonna. It should have connected, but it's gonna be a trick out of Bezzy. Bezzy needs to get all the dots and all the damage rolling onto Obliv. Mallet rolling into Bezzy. Will he be able to survive it? Looks like he actually was able to. Greater Fade, I think, was used for the Mali. Obliv trinketing or blinking away out of that stun, and Bezzy does go for a full Void Eruption, recovered a lot of health. His health just bounced like a yo-yo. It went all the way down and all the way back up. But it's going to be repoly for Obliv again, trying to see if he can get another G-Pie onto Bezzy. No more ring available this time, so he's going to go for Big Blast, trying to. Short Fear onto Obliv. Bezzy does get the dots rolling. That's going to Obliv actually going for a blink a little bit maybe early. If Bezzy has a stun, this is a perfect time to stun lock Obliv right now. And Bezzy should be trying to purge Obliv's shield every time. There goes the Disperse as the Shadow Priest felt like, you know what? I'm getting kind of low on health. I don't feel like I'm actually doing all that well at this point health-wise. Breath missed by Obliv. Going to be a temporal perfect opportunity for Bezzy to remove all those buffs. And there goes that Polymorph. Obliv is going to be able to get the G-Pie no matter what you do. Probably a Ring of Frost right after. Bezzy does not get a Greater Fade. That's going to be another G-Pie. Might be able to fade this one, though. Stun onto Obliv. He trinkets out of it. Big combustion available. Bezzy has nothing left. Greater Fade available, but the dots are burning him already. Ooh, and Chokes is going to be the last one left on Team Red. With a breath out of Obliv and a Palmer to follow. Obliv just needs himself a breath of fresh air after that duel. But Obliv looks like he still has Ice Block. Cauterize still available. I don't know if he really needs Invis, but he has it. and just lost combustion. But look at this damage. Does he need combustion? This man is the definition of combustion. Wings are up for chokes. That's going to be immediate ice block for Obliv. I guess maybe he didn't have anything for the wings. Out of short wings, actually. Remember when you could steal wings as a mage? Wasn't that nuts? Bubble out of chokes is going to get full wings rolling. Obliv does still have himself the big cauterize if necessary. Just use to keep chokes out in the open and low on health. And he'll be fine. Hand of Freedom available. It looks like Obliv might have his Cauterize sprocket here. Cauterize does proc. Does have a Mally rolling into chokes. Barely any health available though. Obliv does go down. I don't know what chokes had on him, but I guess maybe I was Azeroth proc or two. That was almost a big old 5-0 by Obliv. Maybe he should have saved that ice block until later, but I think he wanted to use it for a reason. Next is going to be Zavo missing that kick onto chokes. He's going to get himself a bop rolling. Can heal himself. I think Zawo might just have him though. It's gonna be no bubble, nothing available, man. Bubble wings for the win. I know, dude. I know. That's one thing I didn't like about Pally is bubble and wings. I kind of liked it when bubble made you do less damage, but I think Blizzard did a pretty good job bouncing out Paladin, where you can bubble and you can wings, and it's mostly fine because they are really squishy now. You know what I mean? Yeah, right now I'd say they're pretty squishy. Paladins in general are. Maybe in duels it might feel differently, but in like an arena in general, pretty squishy. Hodge into Zavo and Chokes should be able to get quite a bit of damage, but he's really out of defenses. All he has is Shield of Vengeance. Can he turn that Shield of Vengeance around onto Zavo? Does he have wings available? Maybe minute-long wings, which could be perfect with the Thorns, and Zavo just trying to get this Paladin away from him. Pop Thorns to get away from Shield of Vengeance. I don't think that's a good idea. And if freedom available for Paladin, might be able to get a set of the wings as the Shield of Vengeance is about to pop. Looks like Shield of Vengeance popped, and Zavo looked like got hit from line of sight because he was on the other side of the pillar. Unless I'm wrong, does get a reopener onto Chokes. Does Zava have enough here? No wall available. I think Chokes might have it. Hodge, and I think Zava is out of the game, man. Out of the question. Who's up next on Team Blue? We got Deja. So it looks like Chokes is not going to go down without a fight. He saw what Obliv did. He's like, you know what? I'm inspired. I want to try that. A 1v5? I kind of want to see if I can do it. So far Obliv, so far Zava, so far so good. If it backpedals, does mean he doesn't have keybinds. Who, the Paladin? Backpedaling? Well, I mean, to be honest, I have my QWE ASD all bound for mobility. I just got used to it, man. I don't backpedal that often. Like, only sometimes to like correct myself just out of a zone, out of a line, like around the flare. So you can get really, really close without touching it kind of deal, but it's not really that often. But yeah, I got used to like those mobility keys, man. It's hard to drop that habit. Gonna be some Boscage Bombers dropping it for Daedra. Not the most amount of damage, but he did a little bit. Looks like he's trying to fiddle with the Succubus. Does he want to push in with Succubus? Does he want to not push in? Trying to maybe get a shot at Fear. I think he's trying to walk Chokes kind of towards the Succubus, or maybe CC him. Does catch him. He does catch him. This is gonna make him look in one direction. Just look at one hand, don't look at the other kind of deal. And there it was, and Danger does go for a Void Elf Racial in order to get away, does use it to get away from Chokes, has a Shield of Vengeance available. Danger has himself a Felguard rolling. He might want to get some burst available with his Felguard. Gonna get a Mortal Coil onto the Chokes and send some puppy dogs at him from behind the pillar. But not really pushing in for big damage. Just gonna kind of wait it out, I guess. We are rolling into the 37% dampener. Chokes is going to be getting bubble in 8 seconds, bop in 3, and Shield of Vengeance in about a minute. So it's actually quite a lot of defenses coming back for the Paladin, as Aja is going to reposition the gateway by the looks of it. Yeah, he's going to reposition the gateway. Getting some freebie damage onto Chokes and more puppy dogs. But I think he's just going to kind of take it super easy. Shadow Fury on the corner, just cancels it. I think he kind of just cannot play around the pillar. So I think he just kind of got to wait until the Paladin makes a mistake. Because if the Paladin playing behind the pillar is perfect. Wall available for Daedra, which might give him opportunity to get a lot of casts in. Hodge by Chokes is going to stop a lot of the value of that wall. I don't know how you broke out of that Succubus CC, by the way, but that stun on the pets was perfect. That's going to be gateway for Daedra. Try to summon a Vilephin, and Chokes is back behind the pillar. I think eventually Daedra can out-whittle Chokes, because as dampening gets higher, eventually Chokes will just have to pop a bubble against the normal pets. Against puppy dogs, they'll just have to bubble it. Stun around the corner, and Daedra is going to push in. Does he have a Mortal Coil with him too? Because right now Chokes can heal quite a bit, but as dampening gets higher and higher, like he actually will not be able to. Have to bubble just because there's pets on him. At some point. Shield events available, bubble available, maybe Chokes got some damage. Hodge into Daedra with a trick. No Succubus CC to stop this damage this time. That's going to be quite a bit of damage from the Pala. Warlock Hellstone from Daedra does get interrupted on the Shadow. can cast Hand of Gul'dan's even though he's locked out on Shadow. You have Demon Cast, you have Shadow Cast, and you have one Fire Cast. Tyrant coming out. It's going to be huge damage onto Chokes with a Felguard. That's going to be Bob getting proked out. It's not going to be enough damage before the bubble comes out. I think Chokes might end up having himself a safety bubble. So that's going to be a succubus CC for a second. Tyrant still slapping him around. Danger barely any health available. Does he get anything? Chokes does try to go for the kill without using the bubble. Tracy being the second to last one left on Team Blue. Trying to go for a slow walk for Chokes. That's been that 49% dampener. We're trying to sit down, we're trying to team back, can't tell. Can you bring it back? You think so? I don't know, man. We'll see. Athman would be the final boss, but it looks of it. Can Chokes go through Tracer? Is Tracer actually going to give him the full honor duel? Is letting him heal. Is letting him heal. They're just channeling their energy into the Fire Kitty, dude. I don't know what's going on, but I guess it's gonna be maybe duels now. Chokes with Bubble and Bop, and Chill of Vengeance actually has everything for Tracer. Tracer gonna open up with a Berserk big dress into Chokes. And that goes on Hodge by the Palo onto Tracer. Does he go for the wings? It doesn't look like he goes for wings off the bat just yet. Chokes are taking quite a bit of damage. This is going to be Shield of Vengeance for the Stone Tracer. Expecting Shield of Vengeance is going to wall it. Actually getting an interrupt onto Chokes. Will not be able to bubble just effectively. Trying to get himself some flashlights. Might be a bubble or bop here as Tracer. Does he have any more damage? It looks like he doesn't have kicks. No more stuns. Flashlights are going to be free, but it's 57% dampening. Chokes still continuing to actually heal himself quite a bit, even at 57% damp. Kind of crazy. Not gonna lie, flashlights available as Tracy is gonna reset, maybe catch himself a re-stealth. And next opener is definitely gonna be a bubble or bop. I'm thinking bop maybe. As Tracy pushes in, rake bubble immediately. Hodge onto Tracy trinkets as the paladin, seeing the trinkets still pops wings. He actually could have saved those wings until later. If you saw the Tracy immediately, the trinket is bailing out, he actually could have just, you know what, I'm going to wait until next Hodge and next set of wings. Because now there goes your wings, man. You are going to get a little bit more healing, but at 60% dampener, what can you do, man? Backpedal for the win? Oh my goodness, boys. Let the man backpedal out of here, dude. Maybe he'll get the win while backpedaling. You never know. Does look like he got a skull bash out of the Feral, but with barely any health. Bop available, just trying to heal himself. Man, this guy prolonged this fight quite a bit. How did all these duels been so long? Dude, 15 minutes every single one of them so far. There goes, boys. There goes Atham and backpedal. Another opener by the Feral. Does he have enough to finish him? No, Choke still has a Shield of Vengeance and the Feral is going to disengage. Looks like the Feral is just going to take it as slow and as steady as he needs to. He doesn't need to rush his duel. Going to be some wings available for Chokes. With the Shield of Vengeance going to do a small little explosion at Tracer. But with Thorns, there's just nothing else that can stop him. Trying to get a flash of lights. Does Tracer have anything for it? Just needs more shreds, more bites, and more damage. And down he goes. With 4 kills, 4 oblived. Chokes almost coming back with a 2. Pretty good, pretty good. Oh my goodness, dude. Seriously, how come all these have been like super long? Not saying it's a bad thing, not generally, but it feels like some of these get so extended, you know what I mean? It's like, why? How? Also, what'd you kill Obliv with? I think it was an Ancient Flame proc. It's probably Ancient Flame proc, or it was probably a Lethal Strike onto Obliv when he was super low, wasn't it? Chill of Vengeance, Execution Sentence. Yeah, wait. Had to be Lethal Strikes, right? Yeah, I think it was Lethal Strikes at the end, because it looked like he had nothing on him, really. Alright, next one, boys. Okay, we're gonna have to get Atho against somebody else. Wait, which group was Atho with? Lord, and Jesus. I think he was together with Lord, right? Yeah, we're gonna have to get Lord's group again in there at some point. I want to give Atho an opportunity, man. He hasn't got to play whatsoever. So we're gonna do Pelor, Prince, Q, Jesus, Prince, Scubas. Okay, Kreiser and Alex are gonna be next. Kreiser and Alex. Here we go, boys. Well, the Pharaohs won it, even though as the other cheered for. Yeah, I mean, with the Paladin, like at the end, you have no cooldowns, and the man was really just trying to live off of flash of lights. You know, he would get a kick out of the feral and then just flashlight himself back to full. That works fairly well until it doesn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, fair enough, Baron. Appreciate you for coming by, man. Yeah, dude. Let the guy backpedal, man. Yo, I backpedal. I got 2400. What are you talking about, boys? Yo, I backpedaled into 2400, dude. I accidentally tripped over it. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, we're backing up? Dude, that's like such a boomer thing to say. Oh, he backpedals. He's bad at PvP. Bro, if fucking... If you saw Peekaboo backpedaling, would you... What the... Whoa, 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 whoa! Why is there a Holy Paladin? Switch. Why is there a Holy Paladin here? It looks like this man decided that he wants to enter the arena? Like a 5v5 arena? Huh. Well, I mean, I think we'll let these boys play. Maybe this Holy Paladin got some damage. Okay, Paladin, you're allowed to play, but you can't flash a light yourself, and you can Holy Light yourself. Go. I guess we'll try... I don't really know. We kind of got to adjust the rules to make it harder for him to duel at this point. Because I think a Paladin is going to win this. Shock it in Pago. I guess we'll see it, man. Maybe this will be boring. Maybe it won't be boring. Crysis, though, versus Azure Shiv in the open. A Cloak of Shadow's already been burned. Actually get interrupted on Shadow. No cancel. Big damage on Azure. Does have evasion, but that's an immolation aura around the Infernal. That's going to be a twisted appendage. Oh, it's a Crysis. Wait, does it turn? Crysis actually killing the appendage before he goes down. That's going to be Rain of Fire on top of him. Azure just needs one more global. Reaping Flames, maybe? He just needs one more. He actually had so much damage in the opener. While we were trying to figure out why is there a healer paladin on Team Crysis. What is going on, man? You know healers ain't allowed here. Azure Shiv just needs himself a little bit of that proc from a tentacle. Can a shot onto Crysis? That's going to be a dress onto the Crysis, and the pet Crysis does have a mortal call for it. No tentacle proc for the rogues. He's going to have a hard time here. Chaos Bolt by Crysis. Azure Shiv has a little bit of health left. Shadow Step in that Chaos Bolt though, which is pro. Kick that fear. That's going to be Chaos Bolt to the face. Cataclysm right after. The rogue is barely any health. Crysis. Oh, the rogue. It's going to be Crysis taking that one. Rogue barely had it. If that rogue had a tentacle proc, that would have been over. That would have been game. And Christina is going to be up next versus Crysis. Just giving a little bit of that honorable bow. Crysis. Wait, does Christina want Crysis to get healed? No, he doesn't. It's a Warlock. Come on, man. What you mean? This guy's going to be using human racial to get himself Warlock custom. Trying not to get interrupted. It looks like he is going to get kicked. Trying to take a gateway. And Christina's kind of in the middle of both gateways. Can swap to either one. Mortal Coil by Crysis. Can he still recover from the damage of Christina? Can he actually do it? He might be able to. Christina going for a bit of a leap. Crysis does not have wall anymore. It's going to be a fear. Full fear into Christina. Chaos Bolt, Shatter Fury from afar into another Chaos Bolt. Christina does trinket. It's going to be a Skull Bash on the fire damage with the bike to follow. And down goes Crysis with the bike at the end with no health left over. What can you do? Alright, who's up next? Looks like it's going to be Taze up next. Taser, the Mazer himself, versus Christina. Pharaoh versus Windwalker Monk. Trying to go for a bit of an auto-deal. Christina's just like, I'm gonna let him think he's trying to go for an auto-deal here. I'm gonna make him think he tried to go for an auto-deal here. Not in my house. I'm the one who gets auto-deals. I don't take him. I give him. In cap onto Christina. As the thorns were up for Taze. Could go for a Karma? No, actually just gonna go dress, touch of death. Big damage to Christina while available. Christina's still gonna take a bit of damage either way though. The touch of death does go off. Christina's wall does absorb quite a bit of it though. The big damage reduction is huge. Big dress by Christina, but Taze did have images available, so the dress just simply got split between Taze and the images. Taze still low on health though. Diffuse magic is available. Karma coming out towards the very end, as Christina is low on health as well. Is going to try to wall this. Short moment to Taze with the root to follow. Just needed that root. That's all he needed. As Christina tried to see if he can catch up on health. Taze does need one more Fist of Fury into Christina, and I think it might be game. Thorns are up. Does Taze want to continue Fist of Fury? I think he has more damage than the damage he takes. In cap onto Christina. As Taze super low though. No. Could be anyone's game. Taze is so low. No maim. Oh my goodness. Christina barely made it out of there. But actually not even barely. Calculated. Perfect amount of thorns uptime. Phase and a Death Knight gonna be up next. Looking around for Christina. Trying to smell that cat fur. Not gonna happen. Christina's bailing out to the other side of the arena. Actually, I might just walk. I was gonna say he might walk into the enemy team room and just cast a couple of regrowths, because he has like a 10-second cooldown on his stealth. So he kind of needs to wait for FaZe to like dismount, and he might be able to do it. FaZe is sitting right in the middle of the arena, anywhere Christina could be, literally anywhere he could just run over to it. So Christina's buying their time, getting a little bit of that natural health regen rolling. Hopefully that'll be enough to fight in the Death Knight. Maybe. We're hitting that 5 minutes very, very soon, boys. 20 seconds until the 5-minute mark. Dampening gonna roll up. And yeah, at least the Crusaders is gonna take the full time. He's winning for a wall though. So it is something. He's gonna leap on top of FaZe before he can really find him. It's gonna be a human trinket out of FaZe, not a Lichborn, nothing. Big AMS available. Thorns are doing a huge amount of damage. FaZe actually just melting right now to just the bleeds alone. Even, oh, there goes a big heal. I guess he gets it from Kreiser. Christina just trying to see if he can run away from the army of the Zombos. Just trying to run away from the army of the dead. Stunned by FaZe. Trinkets out of it. Walling this damage. Pre-walling just in case big shots from FaZe come out. He's just trying to rack up those necrotics. Got himself big damage available. Christina's still on the move. Avoiding most of the army of the dead. The Abomination, the only thing that holds off. If he can just maintain himself just this ahead for a little bit longer. I mean, FaZe got really nothing left to counter him with. IBF still available unless he has Lichborn. IBF is going to be the play. Big dress out of Christina. FaZe is low on health, getting rooted. Going to be a leave for Christina. Trying to go for a big old bite into FaZe. It's going to be Thorns are up and running. FaZe trying not to hit into the Thorns too much. Thorns look like they are down. Big bite into FaZe. Not a lot of health really left for him. Trying to get a Reaping Flames into Christina. I think he's really got nothing left though. Unless he can somehow maintain himself. AMS available, not for that maim. And the bleeds are just going through the AMS. It does nothing for you. FaZe just taking down one more Azeroth proc. Down he goes. Very, very unfortunate as we hit on that 6-minute mark. 7% dampener. Who is up next? It's going to be either Symphonic. It looks like Symphonic is going to be up next. Just going to wait and let Christina do the opener. Now, I'm very interested in what Carradine is going to end up doing with that transmog. Like, you are a holy paladin in duels. 5v5 1v1s. I want to see if you can actually do damage. And you are going to be in dampener, so eventually you will melt. So maybe that could be something that might be fun to watch. We'll see, I guess. Symphony is just waiting out. He's just waiting. Christina just waiting until he has an opener. Symphony probably knows, like, you know what? Christina doesn't have a wall. Probably one charge. Probably no trinket. So Christina's just going to wait, man. I think Symphony might as well pick up the eyes well and bear from him and see if he can get a Moonfire into Christina. Might get him out of stealth faster. Gonna be Christina throwing a bike on Symphony while he gets himself a wall right before the bike hits. Thorns for Thorns available. Symphony trying to see if he can catch up a little bit on health. Christina back into bear form as Symphony trying to stack up those bleeds, but taking quite a bit of damage himself. Does get a big old bite into that bear butt. Does pop into bear from before the bash from Christina. So might be able to give him a little bit extra to our ability to trick it out of Christina as the bike is heading the way, walling this bike damage. It looks like Symphony caught up on a little bit of the bleeds. Christina trying to go for a bit of damage of their own. Berserk is active. Symphony catching up on a lot of health. Big dress by Christina. Huge damage on Symphony. He does have a second wall for this one, where Christina has doesn't. Symphony needs to catch up on a lot of health to continue on with this damage here if he wants to catch up. Next stun could be deadly for both of the Pharaohs. Christina get ahead on the main. Big dress and Symphony taking him out. Alright, who's up next? It looks like it's going to be Jims. Looks like Jims is going to be up next. Jims did start from the room, so I'm okay with that. I did see him running out of the room. Stunned Symphonic. I think he might have him in a killing spree. No, apparently not enough. Apparently looks like the HUDs from the Feral are enough to keep him running. So Jims got himself a wall available, or parry available. Needs to catch up to Symphony if possible. This grappling into him. Might be. I think he missed a kick just now. He's going to get a... Was that a... No, I thought he had plunder armor there. Trinkets out of that stun. Stun onto Symphony. Trinkets out of it. And it's going to be re-stun onto the rogue. Jims just needs enough damage. Stars onto Symphony. Crash it down. This is another stars proc. Symphony has no counter for it. Jims is going to stay long enough until another star procs. It's going to be a cloak just in case the Pharaoh got any magic damage, I guess. Short stun Symphony again. Trying to get himself a sippy cup at this high. Dampened blind. Jims with advantage. Does he go for a sap? He didn't gouge, I don't think. Are the blades going to get him out? Bleeds get him out. Does he get a re-stealth? Both caught a re-stealth. It looks like Jims is not going to be able to get stunned. At least Symphony did go for a thrash. Just needs the stars to crash into Symphony just one more time. Short stun. Jims just needs one more proc. No. He trusted in the stars, and the stars did not trust back, man. One star. One star. Dude, one star. Oh my goodness, boys. Oh my goodness. Symphony though is gonna have to go versus Landy. Randy. Short stun Symphony. Does he have enough to finish Big Dress? I think it's done. So now we got the Holy Paladin. How will the Holy Paladin end up dueling Landy and Mass Dispel? Wait, are they just gonna kill him? 2v1? Can a Holy Paladin 2v1? I guess we'll find out. I guess we will find out. We do have a rule, so no healers are allowed in duels. So I don't blame these guys for wanting to 2v1 yet. But if somehow the Paladin is able to 2v1 him, I guess we'll give him the credit. Massive Spell trying to get a full start onto the Karedina with the Demon Hunter on his back. Bubble still available if needed. Trying to keep himself dispelled from the VTs as best as he can. Trying not to get interrupted by Landy or Massive Spell. Massive Spell got himself a little bit of a Void Eruption or Vampiric Embrace rolling. Might be able to give himself some healing. It looks like Landy is doing a good job peeling the Holy Paladin off of his priest friend. Bubble could come out for Karedina, as it looks like Karedina is just hard stock trying to kill Massive Spell. Hard is Landy who's gonna end up getting kick onto Holy. That could be done right here. Bubble coming out as Landy so far has been able to be a great offhand peeler for Massive Spell. He's gonna go for a Massive Spell, getting the bubble out of the game. Wall available for Karedina for a little bit longer. He might have to give up his chase on Massive Spell and try to find a way to deal with Landy though. But looks like he's just surrounded. I don't really know if he could do much of healing. That's going to be the smallest heal ever. Big Dress, and down he goes. I don't really know what he was trying to do, but there it is, boys. And that's going to be Christina with 3 kills. Symphony with 2. Oh my goodness. Christina was actually was in a roll there. That's interesting. First time I've seen heals in 5v5s. Tay, normally they're not allowed. Normally tanks and healers not allowed. So I guess like normally like a 1v1, but since he is a healer, you know, like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Healer was supposed to win. My healer was supposed to win. Cheaters. What? Why would you bring a healer, Kaiser? Healer's not even allowed. What do you mean healer was supposed to win? What do you mean? They're not even allowed. Because, you know, Blizzard can't really balance healers and tanks for 1v1s. We just don't allow him. Don't let him be a thing. Took leadership from Bliv. Perfect. I'll throw you on here. Alright, boys. Let's get another one going, yeah? Yeah, so whether these boys want to actually 1v1 him or 2v1 him, I don't care. They can deal with him either way. Because you're a healer, man. Get out of here. Like, maybe in some certain situations we're allowed healers to play, but you had some very, very specific rules. But if somebody's like, nah, I don't want to deal with it, I don't blame him, dude. If someone doesn't want to deal with you being a healer, I don't care. That's a normal rule anyway. It only works if other people are like okay with what you do, but also only if we know you're gonna like play by the rules. Like if you're playing a healer and you're trying to do it, we'd have to find a way to gimp you where you can kinda compete without being like overpowered, right? Someone to kinda lower your healing down to like a reputation of a red paladin or level of a red paladin. You can have as much damage as you want to, but like your survivability needs to be lower. The enhance allowed. You wouldn't be able to, yes, it is, but you wouldn't be able to use an arena, so. Oh, that's a lot of warriors, but you know what? Normally I'm like, you know what? No more of one of three of each spec, but Fury Warriors. Chat, is 3 Fury Warriors okay or not? Normally we have a rule, no more than 3 of each spec. Allowed or no? Yes or no? Allowed, yes, let him play, or no, redo. Because I'll let Krager redo his team. Chat will get to decide this one. Chat, vote right now. Yes, let him play, or no, redo. Yes to let him play, no to do a redo. You better rules enough today. You better enough rules today. Let him play, yes, redo, yes. No. No, let him play. Oh man, I think it's more yeses than nos, but it's pretty uneven. If you were to rogues, oh, it is a lot of rogues, isn't it? There's 3 rogues. Okay. No, no. Yeah, we're just not gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell Krager to redo his group, man. Yeah, we're just gonna stick with our rules, man. Rules are made for a reason. Can you reform the group? Can you reform the group so we don't have 3 Fury Warriors. Krager, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds, starting now. Redo your group. If not, we'll get Pelor and Jesus, I think, next, or do those guys play? I think we need wait, no, Prince played, so Jesus would be versus Pelor then. Yeah. Or maybe we get Scubas versus Pelor and drop Jesus down versus Prince. That could work, actually. Yeah, I don't want to punish Scubas. Yeah, Krager, you have like 10 seconds left, man. I'm gonna get another group if not. Yeah, it's a simple rule of like, okay, let me go over the rules real quick, boys. Real quick. So we did the firefighter ones, and we only have a handful of rules just to make sure things are not boring, things are fun. No healers, no tanks. Blizzard can't balance those for 1v1, so only DPS specs. I don't care. If you're a tank, you're a healer, that's great. You have like a red spec, you know, Fury spec instead of Prot Warrior. Yeah. So that healers and tanks make things less fun. Second, we don't want 3 rogues on one team and just watch rogues steal the whole game. So only 3 of each spec in each team, or except for rogues. I don't care what spec you are, only 2 rogues. So no more than 2 of each spec. So if you have 2 arms warrior, 2 fury warriors, and 1 warrior, that's fine. Yeah. So if you have 2 Fury Warriors, 1 Arms Warrior, I'm okay with that. 2 Pharaohs, 1 Boomy, I'm okay with that. 2 Destros, 1 Affy, I'm okay with that. 2 Survivors, 1 MM, I'm okay with that. Rogues, only 2. I don't care what spec you are. Alright, we're good. Alright, I'll get Kreiser and Scubas again in. Kreiser, it's Scubas and Kragar. Yeah, we'll get you guys a requeue. So restart 15 minutes? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, seriously? EU server restart 15 minutes? Oh shit, what the hell? What is going on, dude? What the hell is going on? Yo. Alrighty. Switch. Oh, that's better. Yeah. Perfect. Kara's got 2. Yeah, perfect. This works out better. Alright, we got ourselves Team Blue with Karas. It's gonna be an assassination rogue, I'm gonna say. We got Dark Orcron on Team Blue. We got Death Grim. Looking pretty grim. Are you a normal orc or you're like a MAGA orc? Is that a MAGA orc haircut? I can't tell. Is this a MAGA orc, boys, or is that a normal orc with like just really like dead dark tone skin? I don't even understand. Kedem here as a Beastmaster Hunter by the looks of it, and what? Whoa, swap it the wrong person. And Rian Low, as I want to say another assassination rogue. We got ourselves Corsair. What is your name? Are you Boomy? I think you are a Boomy. Corsair. Yeah, Corey. We got Corey. We got Corey in the house. We got Krager going to be going up first. We got Rusai in the back. Shidori. Shiordi. And Embargo. Oh my goodness. Some of y'all's names, boys. Especially the Russian kind, boys. It's hard to... I'm Russian, but it's like it's hard to translate it properly. I can say it out loud, but it's like... I'd always try to give it like a nickname. Dark Orcron. Easy. Krager. Short enough. Krager. You know, Karas, Ked, Death, Rain, close enough, you know what I mean? This makes it easier, dude. It's gonna be Dog though versus Kragar into a lightning lasso. Not gonna last too long. I guess he had his pet stun available earlier. And for Dark Orcron, it's gonna be quite a bit as a elemental shaman. Is he played enough gushers to make elemental work? I hope he is. For Kragar, any of the slows for Dark Orcron are gonna be basically mute, just because he could just bloodthirst and clear all slows. So you're gonna have to get a knockback and maybe a stun to keep Kragar at bay. There goes the pet stun, trying to get himself a Stormkeeper. Maybe some damage to the Kragar. Does get a big charge skill. I don't think Kragar is going anywhere. It looks like he's actually doing quite a bit of damage back to Korkron though. What is kind of setup for damage he's got going on? Is that just the damage, or if you're aware ramp up, gonna be a short lasso for a second? Looks like Dark Korkron is gonna get executed out of there. With Deathgrim rolling up next, dropping down the Abomination, Kragar goes for a slow on the pets immediately, just trying to walk away from that Abomination as soon as possible. He got the slow on A-Bomb, that's like the most important pet to get slow on. Deathgrim is actually popping IBF, just trying to tussle with the muscle that is Kragar. As he got some cooldowns rolling, where is Kragar's damage coming from? This man is just shredding through Deathgrim right now. Little by little, Deathgrim actually trying to force Kragar back into the... Wait. Death. Your pets are not attacking. Death, your pets are not attacking! Death, your pets are on passive! Only one pet is attacking! Death, your pet is literally on passive. He's literally, look at the mages, he's just walking. Death, you gotta get your pets on attack! What are you doing? What's going on? Your ghoul hasn't even tagged Kragar. No, he's just losing so much damage. No wonder Kragar's taking like no damage from him. Death Grim, oh no. He's got his pets up fast. Did you see all his pets just walking? Especially just like walking around, dude. Just hanging around. Just waddling. Poor guy, man. Poor guy. Kara's gonna eat meat that kidney shot into Kragar. Does Trinket. What? I think he said the dots with a vendetta and he's just bailing out with a vendetta. Is that what's going on? What is going on here, boys? What is going on with Karas? Cheap shot onto Kragar for just a quick second. Kragar getting a big old charge back into Karas with an evasion rolling for the rogue. Kragar will not be able to heal for a bit. The dot damage is actually kind of doing work. Bike eats into the safeguard trinket. And Kragar just waiting until that evasion is gone. Kragar with a trinket needs to use it here in rage regen. Stun to Karas. Karas can go anywhere. Kragar can get reliable heals off of this one. And Karas, every time he gets the dots up and running with a bigger kidney shot, there's going to be lots of damage to Kragar. He needs to take the advantage right now that Karas does not have a defensive, expecting the kidney shot or blind any moment. There goes a blind, trinkets out of it. It's going to be big damage to Karas. The dots are rolling. Oh, Kragar just dumpstering that rogue down. We're only 3 minutes in. Ked and Rain better get in there. Kragar could get the fastest Fury Warrior 1v5 if it hits within 5 minutes. Kragar, if you can beat that 5-minute mark before the dampener rolls in, my man, then you'll be you got a minute 30 or so. Minute 30, more or less. So if you can get them down into minute 30, it's going to be a world record for Fury Warrior, man. I think it's been a while since the Fury Warriors do this much damage in a bit. It'll be a bit of a binding shot for Kragar. He's going to be able to Blaze Storm out of it. Disarm onto Kedem, trying to see if he can reduce the amount of damage that Kedem could do. Kragar actually taking quite a bit of damage himself, though. Stun onto Kragar. Ked has barely any health. Turtle Shell and Exhilaration is available. Ked is going to go for a Turtle Shell as Kragar goes in for a leap, and Ked does go for a self-heal. Kragar better have some self-heals rolling. It's going to be Trinket out of Kedem. Next stun into Kragar could be huge. Kragar doesn't really have a lot of defenses left. Needs to start funneling the health from the pet. And there goes a freezing trap by Kedem to get himself a separation for a moment. Is that a freezing trap? Knockback trap? Or tar trap? Tar trap. Okay, it looked like a knockback trap. I didn't mean to say freezing trap. But it's going to be Ked sending the pet back at Kragar. For Kragar, this is perfect, actually. It's just something for him to heal off of. Charge on the Ked with a knockback for a second. As Ked tried to go for Kai, it's good charge for Kragar. But Ked does have a nice way to control Kragar. There goes a Blaze to get out of the binding shot for a moment. Looks like Ked is just trying to play the sustain game against Kragar. Or against whoever he was going to go up against. Binding shot, go for that kites, go for the knockback, as Kragar doesn't have, I mean, besides the charge and the leap, as long as you can get that mobility out of the way, you don't have to worry about nothing. But Kragar, every time he could just re-engage with Ked, every single time he just bloodthirsts the pet, get himself a little bit more movement speed. And then here goes the 5-minute mark. Ked isn't going to go down without a fight. Kragar, sorry my man, you didn't make the world record for the Fury Warrior kills and the win in 5v5s, but you still can go for a 1v5. It still is an opportunity, man. As Kragar's actually got all the cooldowns back defensively. Ked is just trying to prolong the game just a little bit longer. Man, I'm really hoping Beastmaster Hunters and the next expansion for PvP are just a little bit scarier, man. Just a little bit more sustainable. Anything. I just think they needed more damage in general. Because remember Beastmaster Hunters, you were pretty good. But I wouldn't want it to be like OP, but also don't want to move bad either. You know, the more specs that are viable, the merrier. Ked gonna get hit with a Stormbolt. Kragar does not have a charge for it, though, so Ked did not need to. Actually, he didn't even have Trinket, I don't think. Maybe he did. Ked popping in some CDs. Kragar, I don't think he's gonna worry about him too much. He is next to Binding Shot. He's gonna hit by a Binding Shot. It doesn't look like. Actually, it looks like Ked might have some damage to Kragar with a Mallet rolling. Kragar's Sacred Trigger proc. Ked also dropping lows on health for a moment there. And Kragar is gonna get a short charge onto Ked. Stun to follow. Kragar does even rage regen if he needs to. He's gonna get himself a heal from the pet. Stormbolt on the Ked. Does he do enough damage here? Ked is gonna get a knockback trap rolling with a trinket off of that Stormbolt. That's gonna be lots of damage to Kragar. Looks like the two boys picked up some damage out of nowhere, unless Kragar decided to drop one of the defensive trinkets he had. Which is a possibility. Which is definitely a possibility. Kragar gonna run through a charge trap as Ked is just trying to catch a reset. Is he gonna go for a Kama? Kragar is making sure to attack the pet, so Kama is gonna be harder to do. Ked might have a freezing trap available. Freezing trap on that Fear. It looks like Fear is gonna break before the freezing trap, so Ked should be able to get away. Probably gonna be a Kama for all we know. And Kragar should attack the pet if possible. Bonding shot. Does he have a blade storm for it? Does have a blade storm for it. But does he have the damage to follow up on after? Cat, I think, what for a pet sack? That or a master's call? Because both of them have exactly the same animation, so it's hard to tell. It's going to be disarmed to Cat, trying to reduce the amount of damage he's doing for a bit, as crows are in Kragar with the freezing trap to fall. And looks like the crows do not break the freezing trap. Or maybe they just get... Do the crows break freezing trap? Don't, okay, but does the freezing trap stop the crows damage? I actually always... You never have 100 crows anymore, so it's really, really hard to tell if that is how that works or not. Because I always thought that freezing trap and crows still continue pecking even though you are CC'd. So it's like just a different kind of CC, like a... It's similar to like a bleed. Alright boys, we're gonna have us just a long game. I think Cat is gonna outlast this one for as long as possible. I'm gonna take a sip then. Chopper moves dots. Okay. I always thought that crows was a different type of dot. Like it's technically like a bleed, like it's a physical dot. But I always thought it was like unique in that regard. I don't know. But it's gonna be Cat with a bit of a disarm on him. Binding shot onto Kragar. Does get the melee rolling. Kragar does not have a way to stop the melee, so maybe that could be a lot of damage that might stick for Cat. It looks like Kragar, every time he hits in with melee, he just goes into overdrive onto Cat. Looks like every time the melee's a Kragar, he just goes in super aggressive. Can Kragar go aggressive this much more often? Tree can throw the trap into a turtle for Cat. Has a bleed on him though. Somebody's still ticking down on the guy. Kragar needs to recover and attack the pet from Cat to keep him in combat. Trying to go for a leap, not happening. Needs to keep the pet in combat, so no camo. Is going to keep the pet in combat. Just need to catch up to Cat. He does not have a reflect for this trap, whatever this trap is. Charge trap. Okay, so freezing trap, maybe he would be able to get a reflect for it. We're going to track Cat here as he's just trying to buy himself some time. Using a crucible. Got to spit back. Could be a camo right here. Kragar better have a response. Looks like he's not playing camo. He keeps sending the pet at Kragar. Oh, the freezing trap on the Stormbolt. No! Okay, well, dampening is so high that at this point, one of these guys is going to go down. Kragar does have a Blaze Storm if he needs to. Is going to Blaze Storm towards the later. Try to see if he can get close enough to Cat. That's going to be charged, but Cat is probably going to have a anything for it. Stun onto Kragar. Does he have enough damage, though? Crows are on him. That's going to be Safeguard. Does he have a way to dispel Safeguard? It doesn't look like his pet can. Disarm onto Cat. He's going to try to reduce some of the damage he does. Knockback to Kragar. He doesn't go anywhere, actually. So makes like he immune did. Gonna be a freezing trap. Kragar does not want to run into it. Oh, wait. Looks like Cat breaks his own freezing trap. For Kragar, this is perfect. Kragar still has a big defensive. Might be able to get executes on the Cat. No more defensive for the Hunter. I think he might just have it. And does take him down with a big old raging blow at the very end. Rained up versus Kragar. Immediate evasion. Kragar doesn't have a Stormbolt or a Fear for a moment, so that might be pretty bad. He does have Vendetta on Kragar. Does break through the dots for the blind, or maybe it's Rain, breaking it with auto attacks. Kragar getting a Stormbolt into Rain. Is he going to go for big heals? No, he doesn't need to. He's just going to get a little bit of healing from Rain. Vendetta's still rolling to Kragar. He got Twisted Appendage is attacking him, but as long as he keeps Rain nearby, he can't go anywhere. Can Kragar just take down Rain? Wait, Rain can't go anywhere. Does he have a bleed? Wait, does Rain die? Cheat death? Wait, does he die next global? He's trying to catch Restealth. He has a lot of corruptions. I'm looking at him right now. So maybe it's the eyeball that's killing him. Kragar just needs to pick up an eye and find Rain immediately. Sap, he's going to be able to Zerker Rage out of it. So he might just Stormbolt him. Zerker Rage here. Stormbolt on a cheap shot. Both of them trinket. Rain has nothing left. I think it's going to be done and done for the Rogue. Trying to get a throw weapon in there. And down it goes. Kragar taking out 5 dudes in a row. There he is, man. There he is. There's the man. Lots of healing. So what did you do damage-wise? It felt like you actually had a little bit more damage from time to time. Are you playing like a different build? Did it pick up Gusher or something? Because I would think Gushers would actually be pretty good for Fury. What do you do? No, I guess he got double Katiku. That's doing most of his damage. He didn't do anything else. I really do think he should pick up some Gushers. Because, like, might be really strong. But I have no idea. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another one going, yeah? Let's get another going. We're gonna get a... who was the next group? Shit, did I save? Okay, now I did. Perfect. Cool. You don't realize that would do so much damage. Yeah, Katika is the only thing he relies on. I mean, no gushers, no nothing. I honestly do think, like, I know people hate corruptions, but I literally think gushers might actually help a ton. It'd be a lot of fucking damage, man. A lot of fucking damage, dude. I don't know, just for fun, you being... what? Oh. Yeah, that's a ton of damage, though. Kind of crazy. Double Getty? Dude, double Getty. I guess he's the rest of his Versa, right? He's just Versa and Getty? Or is he Haste? Because I don't think survivability is like the... I mean, survivability... I don't even know. Is it actually that good? Is it actually that good? Привет, здорово, здорово, Russians. Yo, how did all these Russians... Is that because of Kraggers here? All these Russians come out of nowhere? Is that what happens? Because I think it only happens on the EU, bro. Pelor and Jesus, I think we're next, yeah? We got Crippers and Jesus. Here we go. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another group going, yeah? Thanks, Joel. Yo, boys, we're trying to get him up and running. Get a dig, take it forever. Yo, dude, I gotta get you on my warrior. I gotta get it on my Pala. I gotta get it on my Death Knight. I can't wait to try the Geriku on my Frost Death Knight once pre-patch comes around. I can't wait, man. I already have a Geri for my Frost DK. It's gonna be nutty. Actually, will it be good for Frost DK? I guess it's good for any class, right? Single target. But it's gonna be nuts. Plus, you're gonna do more damage with a Blitz. Oh, this is gonna be good. That's the video. Take Time Gallery. It's actually a stream. It's like happening live right now. But yeah, appreciate you. I guess it's on YouTube, so might as well be like a live video. A live video session is what my GM said. I was like, I thought to myself, Jesus, a live video session. It's like, you mean a stream? You mean a stream? It's like a wait. Did it not work? Requeue? Okay. I got Jesus and I got Crippers. I'll try it again. You mean a stream? It's like as soon as it stops being on Twitch, it's no longer a stream. It's like it's a live video session. All right, Grandpa. So no, for real though, I actually get it. I'm surprised how often I get it. It's like, wait, what changes if it's on YouTube or Twitch? Seriously, I actually have no idea. It doesn't feel like a lot changes. Alright, boys. Switch. We got ourselves Team Red with Crippers coming back in. My man with you watching the back. We got ourselves Daphne? I think it's Daphne. We got Mary in the back and Mova. That's a big old warlock boy. I actually put up a video of you earlier today. Yo, I'd love to watch some of these Industrial Warlocks play Demonology. I think it'd be so much fun, by the way, if you guys want to try it out. I mean, it's an expansion anyway, right? Wouldn't it be fun? We got Bezzy on Team Blue as a... Ooh. I never get to take a look at your mod because like you're also voidy. It's hard to tell what's what, but it actually looks kind of cool. Like the colors blend a lot closer together when you have void form. But I feel like once you take it off, it probably looks like a mishmash, doesn't it? We got ourselves Illy, we got ourselves Rennie, we got ourselves Chokes, and we got ourselves Shaladrisa? Salad? Salad? I call it salad, dude. Big old salad man. The Salamander. With Illy going to be first up versus Daphne. No, what the what? Well, last time I looked at Daphne, it was a beautiful woman, but this is a dog in a robe. What's going on? I don't see Worgen running animation ever. I mean, functional it works, but it still looks silly. You can't stop me there, man. You will not be able to convince me it does not look silly. It's gonna be Siphon getting actually quite a bit of value onto Illy. He's gonna have a little bit of slower opener. Daphne going in with a focused Azeroth beam against a... Wait, is this an... I think that's actually a play. I think Shadow Priest actually do want to play that in PvP. I I think that actually does a lot of damage in certain cases. That's going to be stun onto Illidan and getting some dots as Daphne's trying to get away. Barely Illy did damage to Daphne, and Daphne's already taken more damage than Daphne did to Illy. Illy barely touched him, and Daphne got dots. And the health difference is Daphne was behind for a little bit. Because the trinket for the CC, big dress by Illy, having to pop every defense, so it's going to be the disperse together with that Vampiric Embrace. If Daphne had Void Shift, you actually could play it for duels. That is allowed for Shadow Priest. That's where you want to get as many Void Bolts into Ledania, but I don't really know if you'll have much damage. Siphon getting slain immediately, and Daphne only left with a Greater Fade. This is where you might want to go for a bit of CC chain, like a Fear, maybe a Mind Control to run the Demon Hunter as far out as possible. This might be a perfect opportunity here. Stun onto Daphne. Do they get to survive this burst out of the Demon Hunter? Going to be a stun. Daphne going in for a bit of a Vampiric Touch. Mind Control, but I think they're just dead through the dots. If Illy has anything proc on you, you're done. Looks like he survived just a hair longer. One global is necessary from the Demon Hunter. Literally one. Just one global. Just one Warglaive. Fear to fall. It is going to be DR'd because of a Mind Control. It's on the same DR. I don't really know what Daphne could do here, dude. They tried their best. They literally tried the very, very best as well as they could, man. Tried the best, but what else could you do in that kind of a setup? Yowashi actually looked like he got clipped by Illidan. Didn't get him full restealth, but that's going to be a big Reaper Flame with the dress and all the dots, and if it's a Gusher, I think Illidan could be taking a lot of dot damage here while Yowashi looking for a reset. Does get a stun onto Yowashi. Could be quite a bit of damage for Illy, and that's going to be quite a lot of recovery. Well, huge Chaos Bolts and Chaos Strikes into Yowashi. Basically, Chaos Bolts for gloves. That's what he's wearing for glaze, man. Each one of those Chaos Strikes is a Chaos Bolt in the hand, dude. There's so much damage with a big old dress. Yowashi recovered a lot of health very, very quickly, though. I think the Warlock from MOBA probably had something to do with it. And there goes another stun lock setup by Yowashi. Does he throw on the bike? He does. Is that a Vendetta too? No Vendetta this time. Or at least it doesn't look like it was a Vendetta. Blind onto Illidan. Wait, did Yowashi really want him to blind? I mean, I guess Illidan is super low on health. So might as well not let him recover. Illidan is gonna have to go for a trinket or something. He's gonna have to trinket. Next get a shot, gonna have to. Yowashi, can you get dots and run away out of there immediately? Might I go for like a cheap shot to get a trinket out of Illidan? Yep, cheap shot. Force a trinket, trying to walk away from the darkness. And Illidan is just gonna sit in darkness. If Yowashi can just wait it out, that's game, dude. Yowashi just literally doesn't have to fight Illidan at all. He just needs to tag him. And there goes that, oh, Shadow Meld. Actually, Shadow Meld could have been pretty good against Yowashi, because he would have forced Rogue to get on top of you. There's going to be a nice Shadow Step Blur available for Illidan. Yowashi does not want to do damage right now during Blur. Actually, can't even do much as he's getting stunned up. Illidan goes for a second stun. Big Chaos Strike into a Blade Dance to follow Yowashi. Catch himself a reset. Is going to get the dots under Illy. Maybe a Kindle Shot right after. Big dress by Illidan. And there goes a full Metamorphosis. Does Yowashi get a Kindle Shot? Because Illidan is low enough, you can get the Gushers to proc. This could be it. Try to get a kidney. Does he do enough damage? Big Vendetta, Dress, Reaping. I think Illidan is down. Yowashi was there to secure the kill. And I think he gets a big Reaping off of this. And Charlotte is going to be up next. Charlotte the Salad as another rogue. I think another assassination. Does go for a Phantom Knives. Yowashi's just chilling, man. He got 30 seconds on a trinket. Charlotte should go for the, or could go, I guess, for the eye. Next to each other. Is going to get him out. Kidney shot by Yowashi. Does Charlotte go trinketing this? Now Yowashi got the dots. He's just out of there, man. I think he hit him with the Reaping Flames. Big dots. But doing work. He's out of there, man. And Charlotte got himself a sippy cup. Looks like not the biggest dots available. I don't think Yowashi got himself a big Gusher proc or nothing. But Charlotte still has dots on him. Yowashi is just going to, I think, do this hit and run strat. Let's say his cooldowns back up. And Charlotte without any dots. Yeah, he's... When does he choose to trinket, though? That is going to be a question. Kidney shot onto Charlotte. Does Yowashi get the big setup? No trinkets to combo with the dress or anything. That's quite a bit of dot damage on the Charlotte right here. I don't think he got a Gusher's proc there, though. Because I think that would have been a much bigger damage. Oh! I like the enchant. Isn't that the enchant from the recruiter friend thing? I think it is. Yowashi does get clipped with the Phantom Knives. Charlotte could turn around for a kidney. Does not turn around. Yowashi's like, you know what? While he's not looking at me, I am going to catch a reset. The Charlotte is just walking away to the other side of the pillar. Why would you do that? With Yowashi almost landing the opener, almost did it. Next Phantom Knives, you can find the other guy out. Looks like it's not going to happen. Yowashi is back to hanging out by the eye. He is aware of it. I don't know if Charlotte is going to go for the eye at all. Yo, Charlotte, I think Charlotte just needs a little bit of a faster, like, reaction time to be able to turn around and get Yawashi. Because so far, he hasn't had the worst of the dots yet. Yawashi could be throwing in bikes and everything, and that could be the worst of it. Vanish, available with Yawashi and Charlotte. This is why you want to react earlier, man. Given the rogue is set up, actually goes for a trinket with a kidney shot. Bold move, caught and thrown in a bike, and Yawashi could be a lot of damage. If he has a bunch of setup, he actually could maybe make something off this. That's no more trinket for Charlotte, though. So it's going to be pretty bad. Cloak of Shadows for Charlotte right now. Evasion for Yawashi. Charlotte could maybe go for a blind. Could save it. Yawashi is going to have the proper go next time. But Charlotte, yeah, Yawashi actually is going to be able to get a proper opener. It is going to get the poisons onto Charlotte. Does not get the slow. The slow does not stick. Tries to get himself a re-stealth. Kidney shot by Yawashi. And that's going to be it, I think. Big dress, Yawashi takes him out. This is what happens when you trinket and you don't have something. I think he might have enough pressure, enough damage, might be able to do something, but that was rough. And next is going to be Chokes up next. It's going to be a good roll by Yawashi. Cheap shot real quick. Cloak of Shadows bails out of it. And I think he almost got hit by a Hand of Hindrance, so he might be able to run away from. Ooh, Shadow Meld almost gets it off, dude. Almost got off a Shadow Meld. Hodge by Chokes into the Secret Sentence. Does see the wings out of Pala, and Yawashi weaving in and out of the smoke bomb. Does get the slows under Chokes. And he might even be able to. No, it's going to be Chokes. Dispelling the poisons. Blind. Does he trick it? He does bubble it. Yawashi has nothing. I think the Spounder said, you know what? I want this rogue out of the game, out of my face. I'm going to bubble it and get the damage up and running. Next is going to be Mary as another Paladin on Team Red. I'm actually surprised Chokes decided to bubble this. I guess he wanted to make sure there's no other way that Rogue can beat him. Maybe like trick it out of the blind. He's like, I don't want to get kidneyed right after. So I'm just going to bubble. Just save that trinket in general. Hodge onto Mary as Mary gets some wings rolling. It looks like Chokes doesn't really have too much damage available himself. Mary needs to reconnect with Chokes. Needs to get back to him. Close that gap. Get himself a pony as well as a Hand of Freedom. Big damage onto Chokes. He does go for a bob. Some holy damage can still go through and the Temporal just cleaves him right in half. Oh my goodness. The bop does not stop magic damage. Holy being magic damage. I mean, that Temporal is just going to go right through you, dude. And Bezzy is going to be up next as a Shadow Priest on Team Blue. Trying to see if he might be able to beat Mary. As a Shadow Priest versus a Paladin. The amount of healing a Paladin can do. As well as the CC chains versus Bezzy. I mean, technically Bezzy has better CC chains with Fear, Silence, Stun, Mind Control. It's a lot of CC. But the damage on the Shadow Priest part just generally doesn't exist unless you play Gushers. At least from what I've seen. Or maybe you could do certain trinkets, certain setups, you know, claw, maybe. Like certain other things, but now the damage in comparison to like Shadowlands at least, right? In comparison, it's just so different. Mary taking a little bit of damage regardless though. Bezzy got a little bit of damage in Void Form. You should at least respect Void Form. While it might not do the most amount of damage, at least respect Void Form. And there goes the Shield of It is going to get to pop while under mind control of Bezzy. Just putting him against the wall. If anything, Silence to follow, and Mary has no way to cast add Bezzy for a moment. But a Hodge? I guess Hodge came out at the end of that Silence. And Bezzy, I mean, this dampening coming up is for Shadow Priest is going to be kind of hard to heal. Trying to see if he can get some Shadow Mends through Mary as he got wings up and running. Could be huge damage. Another mind control on Mary's wings. If Bezzy can disrupt the wings in any way, he'll be in a good spot. If he can disrupt it as much as possible. Slows, stuns, mind controls. There goes a Siphon with a bit of a slow. Anything to just reduce the amount of damage you can potentially take from it. Short Fear right after. He is doing a very good job disrupting the wings. Trying to take the minimal damage from it. Mary kind of out in the open. Needs to find line of sight. Actually, Bubba's available. Has a Warlock Hellstone. That's going to be some damage on the Bezzy. With a Hodge to follow. Wings to follow. Bezzy goes for dispersion. 39% dampening. Still going to be able to get some healing back. But with another set of wings from Mary while in the bubble, it's going to be quite a lot of damage to eat right now. Grin of Fate is available. Mary needs to make sure he can rebuke. The heals does not get a rebuke for it. And it doesn't look like he has a proper trinket. But Bezzy is in an execute range, man. If not, he's at least pretty close to the execute range. Should be getting closer. Just trying to mind flate to slow down Mary as best as he can, because what else he can do? Enter MC, which does knock you out, I think, on Shadow. Which is going to make it harder for Bezzy to try to survive this. Does trick it late with a stone to Mary. Maybe can still turn around because Bop is the only thing that Mary has left unless he goes for a Shield of Vengeance trying to mind control. Does end the mind control? Could the dots and the Void Bolts do it? Does Bezzy have the Void Bolt ready? Does he have Void Eruption? Shield of Vengeance is up. Silence onto Mary. Has the Mind Bitter with him. Bezzy one more global and down he goes. That was, I mean, maybe at some point maybe in the next expansion, Shadow Priest might be able to stand toe-to-toe with a big old Pala. But right now, dude, in BFA, unless you got them gushers to get the procs, your damage is just rough, man. It's simply rough. Mary's gonna be next versus Riti. Riti? I can't... I think it's Riti is what I decided to call you. Big dress by looks like Riti onto Mary. Mary popping wings of his own. Mary has a bop if he needs to. Should probably bop as early as possible to prevent at least some form of physical damage. Do as much damage back to Riti. He goes in for a bubble. Flash of light. Does he have rebuke? Looks like he doesn't. So that's going to be Mary getting all those heals back to back. Riti does use his big defensive. Still got cooldowns. Riti still does. Shield advantage available for Riti. Big burst into Mary. But Riti's still low on health even though he has the shield of vengeance. What just happened? Riti came in, he had Shield of Vengeance, his own Shield of Vengeance popped, Mary didn't have a Shield of Vengeance, and then Riti health just plummeted. It's almost like Mary had a Shield of Vengeance the last second, which I'm pretty sure he did not. What just happened at the end there, dude? I don't understand. I don't understand. If a single dress is like 60% of the priest HP, it's probably low gear. It could crit. I think dress does get buffed by like class abilities. So like if you got bought wings or something in dress, I think it does do more damage technically. I think it technically counts as like a physical ability, like almost from what you do, which is weird, because that's what it can be parried in evasion. Again, weird. But there it is, man. There goes that duel. Let's get another group going, yeah. I think we gotta get Prince and we gotta get Atho. Atho, are you ready? Prince, are you ready? Unless I gotta get Alex in here next. They're 47. There we go, boys. Pal still got DB burst energy, dude. BD burst energy. Yo, what's up, Wesley? Hope you're having a good one, by the way. Meritras Krasava. Meritras beautiful. Yo, I agree, man. I agree. If your burst ability affects your percentage of damage, then dress is affected. Yeah. So for me, I'm pretty sure with my Outlaw Rogue, when I plunder armor and I have a tricks to trade, and I go for like a 200,000 crit dress in PvP. Which I'm pretty sure it gets affected. Pretty sure. Because otherwise it shouldn't do that much. As a crit, right? So crit shouldn't be 200%. Like mine is for like mythic level. So mythic is like for 130,000 in mythic. Let me see if we can find it. Because I have the mythic version. So yeah, 131,000 physical damage. And as a crit in PvE, it'll be about 200,000. But in PvP, it's a 150% crit. It's a 150% crit, so it doesn't double the damage. It buffs it. Crit would do like 50% more damage, I think, not 100% more, because that's what crit would be. So this ability is down into the best patch, my man. Greetings, yo. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. How well do you know Russia? Not that well. I was born in Russia, but I don't practice it regularly, so I forget it pretty quickly. I can read Russian to a certain extent. I can kind of understand the gist of like when somebody uses colloquial words or like slang or whatever, like because it's a lot of like old, like a lot of Russian slang comes from like old Russian. It's kind of like using Shakespeare to like make some slang words, so it's like recycles it, which is not really imaginative, but it does allow me to like kind of understand what someone says sometimes. But in terms of Russian, speaking of 5th grade level, anyway, if my dress can hit for 200,000 crit, which shouldn't be possible in PvP unless it gets buffed by class abilities and all the buffs that buff your percentage damage, that's the only way that could explain why dress probably would be buffed with wings. Можешь читать это и понять, могу чуть-чуть. Да, могу понять, что писали. И по-русски чуть-чуть говорю, но не так хорошо. Я говорю по-русски, как будто мне в 5-м годе в школе на этом уровне. Yeah, I don't even know how to like explain it in Russian well anymore. Asked me if I can read this, but didn't understand it. But I was like, I can speak basically on like a 5th grade level. Yeah, Booker, you destroyed the PvP Shadowlands? Dude. Guy, my man, how you doing, by the way? Hope you're having a beautiful day. Second, slang is not Shakespeare. Well, you gotta agree, Daedra, does it, to me at least. And you, okay, Daedra, I'll take your word. Russian, not slang, but like some words that will be equivalent to slang. Like a different way to describe things. Does it or does it not use Like colloquial words. Does it or does it not use like older speech? Not Shakespearean speech, but like older Russian speech, like you would find in old Russian textbooks and like Russian language, like classical Russian, right? So like Shakespeare would be like the classical English, but like it'd be like a Shakespearean version of the classical Russian. That's like kind of what I'm saying that some of the words go. You tell me yes or no. If you say no, then I'm wrong. If you say yes, kind of to an extent. Cause that's how I think of them. It's like the words are almost like, man, it sounds like it will be used in like, I don't know, классный турнир. Большое спасибо. Надеюсь, вам нравится. That's about all I can do. But things back. But things is back. What? Alrighty. Prince, are you here? I don't know if he is. I think he said he's ready after server restart. We back? Let me ask Prince and I'll ask Arthur real quick if they're ready and they're back. Modern Russian speech doesn't use old Russian language. It's just you're just out of practice. Okay, not modern Russian, but like colloquial Russian. Like when you're hanging out with your friends, you don't use like it's like the colloquial speech, right? Local. Not like modern Russian, like a 2020 Russian, using it in school with their friends to be hip with like other Zoomers. But like, if you're like in 20s, 30s, and it's like fucking banditi hanging out at the fucking liquor store or whatever, like some of the shit that will yell at you would be more of like the oldish, wouldn't it be? Am I wrong that? Or am I wrong? Or am I wrong? Because I'm wrong if I'm wrong. You just gotta learn German and Korean. Speak to me. German and Korean. Yo, Korean? Isn't that Korean fucking difficult? Because I remember my stepdad said he learned North Korean because he was in military and he was doing translating. He doesn't remember a lick of it anymore. Last time I talked to him. It's extremely rare. It happens, but extremely rare. Okay, so I got it wrong then. I would say it's wrong. So it does happen. So so it's like so I'm not completely wrong, but I am wrong. It's like it doesn't exist, but my perception of like what an average Russian might use is different. Okay. Спасибо, Дима. Solo by server restart nerf, please. We did. Okay, so Prince said nothing. Alex. Okay, whisper me in relay right now if you have a group. Athos group and server had a restart. Nothing we can do about that. Prince hasn't whispered me, so I don't know if he's around. I know Alex is here. Krager is here. Who else is here? What else we got? You're not wrong, but you're not right. Yeah. We can agree on that. España? No. I was trying to like, what's Spanish? No. And I'm like, wait, it's no. No. Don't really speak Spanish that much. Sorry. Or España, which probably is Spanish, is from Spain, maybe? Well, no. Whereas in Korea, the language sounded like they were complaining about something. It's just the inflection they use. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of like what people say Germans sound angry. It's like, it's not like they're actually angry. It's just the inflection of the... It really has a small alphabet. Not really, it has a small alphabet. Wait, it's not that bad? Yo, Patrick, my man! I don't know how to say your last name. I think it's Kepa? I want to say it's Slavic. Maybe like Polish? I won't be able to tell you what it is, but can we get a hashtag Patrick in chat showing appreciation for the wall phone membership, my man? Thank you so much, yo. Oh well, I can't spell Patrick, dude. Can't spell Patrick for the life of me. I wanted to have PAT and let it fill in PAY. Did nothing. Yo, can we get a hashtag Patrick showing appreciation for the wall phone membership, my man, Patrick? Feel free to spam the emotes in this chat as much as you want to. Literally, if you want to spam them all day, every day, you're literally allowed to do it as much as you fucking wanna. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the membership. Also, if you feel like hanging out on Discord, and that goes for the rest of y'all, down below is the link to our Discord. Join it. You can hang out with the boys, chit-chat about Shadowlands, ask me questions, anything you got. And if you connect you as a member to Discord, connect your account to like settings. There's a tab for connection. So go to like settings, connection, connect your YouTube, you'll get a special role. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, dude. Alrighty. Jesus, Krager, and Alex are here. We gotta get Alex because he's been waiting for a bit. And I guess we'll get Krager since he is around as well. And I think Jesus went against Pelor just now, so yeah. Okay. We got Alex and Krager. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Here we go. Ashermain. I like Ashermain's fall. Also, Cracker's team didn't really get to play much, did they? So it's good that they at least get a chance now. Because Cracker stole the glory in a 1v5. Yo, boys. Twitch. We got ourselves Big Papa Pap, my man. How you doing, dude? I like his name. Big Papa Pap. I just add a little bit more strength into my P's there, dude. Big Papa Pap. I like it. I like it a lot. We got Jim's back here as well with Christina as a feral up front. Randy. We got ourselves Sneaky Unicorn. That is a unique Moggy gut going on, so I guess it is a bit of a unicorn. WAD set. Actually, that was one of the cooler sets. Not the coolest, but one of the cooler sets. So, I mean, look at the art on the shoulders, dude. The detail on the shoulders, it does look kind of cool. Versus Team Red, we got ourselves Corey, we got ourselves Kragar, She or D, and we got ourselves Embargo. I don't know, they're missing a fifth. Hopefully they'll load in, but it looks like Embargo is going to be first up as a good old outlaw rogue, man. The outlaw, the out ruffle mouth, the out LMAO, the out LOL, the out ha ha ha, the outlaw rogue, boys. The outlaw. That's actually what I call my build for my Outlaw Rogue, is Outlaw. Outlaw is my favorite. It's going to be Embargo getting hit with a Stormbolt. He actually came out of stealth with seeing Big Papa Pap, just hit him with pistol shots instead. They decided, you know what, I'm just going to get out in the open. It's going to be a stun to Papa Pap, going to shrink it away from the Rogue. Blade Storm to fall. Blade Storm doesn't really do too much damage for Fear Warrior, but there goes a Killing Spree, also doesn't do too much damage for Outlaw Rogue. Embargo, though, being an outlaw, disarm means very little for him. Pistol shots always up, dude, ready to go. I think he's just trying to see if he can get those procs, man. Getting procs for damage. And Papa Pep is just gonna wait him out for a little bit as he gets hit by the big old Goosher. Gonna be a stun onto Embargo with a stun back into Papa Pep. Can Embargo really get the big damage rolling onto Papa? That's exactly what he needs, man. He just has to kite him around a little. Get the damage rolling, get himself a good reroll for a buff. Not looking for a resell, just kind of looking to keep the damage rolling, build the calm points off of Papa Pep. That is a Fury Warrior that he's playing against, right? It is a Fury Warrior, so it is going to be quite a bit of self-heals available for Papa. If Embargo has Disarm, maybe cycle Disarm from a stuns into a parry might be the way to go. I don't know if he has Disarm. Gonna be a stun as Papa Pep trying to get a charge. Mallet rolling into Papa. Stormbolt into Embargo. Chooses not to trinket it. And Papa will not be able to heal for quite a bit. Going for a bit of Chromatic Shout. Having to go for Enrage Regen. Parry available for Embargo. Papa getting hit with the Disarm either way as he was trying to get behind Embargo. And that's gonna be Embargo doing quite a lot of damage. Papa Pep doesn't really have a lot left when it comes to his self-heal. Chromatic Shout down. And Embargo just shoots him in the back like a scoundrel that he is. As a minute, 50 seconds pass. Jim's is going to be up next, or is it Sneaky? Looks like it is going to be Jim's dude Outlaw versus Outlaw. Embargo getting himself a bit of a reroll. And looks like he's just coming out of stealth. You realize, you know what? It's another Outlaw Rogue. I could probably fight it. I could let him get the opener. It's not going to be the biggest opener for Outlaw Rogues unless you have a big old dress or a bike. Into a gouge in a Jim, seeing if you might be able to trinket out of it. Stun onto Embargo. And that's going to be stars stacking up for Jim's. Embargo better use that Cloak of Shadows if he's seeing those stars really start to ramp up. Stun onto Jim's. He trinkets out of it immediately. Embargo still holding on to his trinket. Killing spree onto Jim's as a parry comes out. Gets a plunder armor onto Embargo. Trying to get some damage and blind on Jim's. As I guess Embargo is just going to go for a reset. And maybe get some enough damage on the Jim's. No more defenses for Jim's though. He does have plenty of CC. Could go for a blind of his own. And a reset. Has gouges if he needs to. Embargo getting a lot of procs back to back on Jim's though. Massive amounts of procs with the Sinister Strikes though, man. He's doing work. Jim's goes for a Cloak of Shadows. Does he go for a reset? Looks like he's going to let Embargo catch himself a bit of a re. Actually, it doesn't even go for a reset. Doesn't even need to. Jim's gets himself on a Adrenaline Rush rolling. Let's say I kind of want to go for the most amount of damage possible. Wait, did you just auto-attack him? Okay, it looked like you auto-attacked him while he was sapped for a second. Embargo getting hit with a cheap shot. Jim's getting hit with a procs again. More stars flying on Embargo. Not really feeling that bad yet. That's going to Embargo with a bit of damage taken out. And Jim's. Who's up next? It looks like it's going to be Sneaky Unicorn. I think as an Assassination Rogue, maybe a sub. Now, Assassination Rogue for an Outlaw might be a whole nother form of difficulty. If you're a Warrior... Oh, it looks like it is a Shadow Striking Rogue, so that's going to be a sub-rogue. Does he go for a Kidder Shot? Does not land. It's going to be a stun onto Sneaky Unicorn. Instead, as Embargo gets the proper opener. Decent reroll for energy. That's going to be Sneaky just going in for a Sippy Cup with an evasion to follow right after. Embargo getting hit with a cheap shot. Could parry if he wants to. I think it's just trying to get away from Sneaky. The Sneaky is looking to get himself a reset. Embargo could grapple over. Is going to get the grapple rolling. As long as he gets the slow onto Sneaky, he can actually just kite him around. Gouge to follow into stun right after. Sneaky could shrink it out of if he wants to just shrink it into finish onto Embargo. Very, very short. I don't know if he had the combo. Sneaky trying to make some damage happen. Cheat Death coming out. Does he die through Cheat Death though? Oh, it Shadow Steps to Embargo. And it's literally Omayawamu Shindoru, but like the reverse. He stepped behind him and Embargo's like, you're already dead. He's like, what? Actually? That might be literally Omayawamu Shindoru. I might need to rewatch how that scene went again. Landy getting hit with a stun into a disarm to follow. Trying to go into meta. Still just not allowed to use his abilities at all. Big dress coming out for Landy. Kick coming out for Embargo. This is looking to get away from Landy for a second. Landy does a blur available into a bit of a prison onto Embargo as the parry comes out. Short stun to Embargo. I think it's been Relentless, right? He might actually be playing Relentless. Goes for a short vanish into a cheap shot into Landy. Stun to follow right after. Going to be a trinket for Landy though. As a Mally is rolling on the Demon Hunter, might be able to control the amount of healing the Demon Hunter gets. Clicker shot is coming up from Embargo as he doesn't really have a lot of health really left over. Blind onto Landy, and Landy is super low in health. Embargo, if he can get a proc right here and maybe kite Landy a little bit, he might be able to win this. I don't know if he really has the cooldowns for it. Does get himself a sippy cup. Cheap shot into Landy. Does he get the between the eyes? He should be able to have the comp points. Comp points are up. Does he get the procs? Landy goes down. Embargo so far 4-0, boys. 4-0 is an outlaw. And Christina gonna try to see if he can catch a reset. Embargo without any cooldowns left. Has to go for a bit of a reset, man. He has to go for a restart. Walking next to Christina. If Christina goes for a bit of a thrash, it could be bad. But also Christina knows if he goes thrash and the rogue isn't there, getting sapped also could be really bad. Christina picking up the eye. Embargo should be able to sap him, maybe. He knows he's there. He's gonna pistol shot him. This is gonna slow him. Christina trying to get a charge. Bash could be bad. Ooh, gouge on those thorns. Stun onto Christina. Does he trinket? He does choose to trinket. And Embargo goes in for advantage, trying to survive the thorns for a little bit longer. I think he's just going to get a pistol shot to Christina. With a bit of a sprint rolling, he's going to be able to sprint away from any of the slows that Christina got. As long as he can keep the Feral out in the open, he might be fine. Adrenaline watches Odie coursing, bash into Embargo. No way out of it, and that could be huge damage out of Christina. Bite to the face. And Embargo is doing just fine. I think he's playing Conflict with Strife, so it does give him quite a bit of versatility defensively every time he gets hit with a stun. So that bike didn't do nearly as much damage as it could have. Doing quite a bit of damage to Christina, and there goes the wall as the kill spree comes out for Embargo. Has parry up available. In just a few seconds, Christina's still holding on to one more wall. No more trinket for Christina. Blind, and Embargo is going to get himself a proper reset as Christina gets some cooldowns rolling. Is that like a proc for him, or is that Berserk? It looked like Berserk. Maybe it was some kind of other proc. Stun to Christina. Nothing real left. Can Embargo just end it right here? Wait, Christina's just melting. Oh my goodness. And Embargo just out. Looking like a madman over here with big old axes. Old Magar. Oh my goodness. As a big old Outlaw Rogue 1v5, dude. No downs, no nothing. CDs for days. What is going on there? WoW player PvP shoulder? You think so? Man, that's crazy, dude. That was crazy good. What's up, Lenovo? Any more games tonight? Do we do more? I think most of the groups that we had were gone. My man. Yo, Fusion Burned. He has that Fusion Burn weapon. And it feels like just Fusion, which actually seems to do quite an okay amount of damage. Like all this extra weapon damage, I mean, it's like about almost 10% together. Like, what is it? 7.7? And then Mally is about 1.7 together. Yeah, that's actually pretty huge. Grasp and tendrils. You don't run slappers though. Yeah, you don't. Okay. I thought you were running big sinister build though for a second, but I guess it doesn't look like it. Yo, dude, Pirate. Oh my god, Pirate 5-0, dude. Alrighty, boys. Let's see if we got groups, man. We got a group, boys. Are we done scheme? We got any new groups? Any more groups? Or are we done scheme for the night? Jesus is ready. Lenovo, I don't know if they have a group, maybe? Do they? Because I have food waiting for me, man. I could go eat. We had a couple duels. We had quite a bit of duels. I did stream 15 minutes late, but it is 7:29, so we streamed a little over the normal 2-hour period. Like if you were to say how much time I usually stream for, we started 15 minutes late, and we're streaming 29 minutes over the normal time when we end. So I think we got a bunch of duels. We went from like 130, 141 to 148. That's quite a lot of good duels though, boys. Actually, quite a lot of good ones too. No full group, I just turned in. Alright, we'll call it there, man. It has 28 symbols and a phonetic like English. The most difficult part is in inflections. Okay, yeah, that's a hard one, dude. Yeah, I stay away from drugs, dude. No injections for me, man. But I appreciate you, man. All right, boys. 10 minutes extra. Technically, I think you're right. I didn't do them. Yeah, I think so. I'm just gonna say you're right, just because I didn't even think about the math about it. But it felt like a fulfilling session. That's like the most important part for me, is to make sure that each session that we do these duels is fulfilling. Sometimes you go longer to continue that fulfillment to make sure we max it, and sometimes you call it early because I feel like fulfilled enough. And sometimes if I'm tired. But anyway, boys, that's gonna be it for all of us today. Tomorrow we're coming back for more duels. 5v1 duels team. Message deleted by the Google moderator team? What? Why? Why did the Google moderator team remove that? Hello? Is it like a Google like auto mod? I need to take a look at it. I need to take a look at it. Yeah, normally it's not the Google moderator team. Is it like a Google employee watching the stream? Hello? Hello, Google employee. Can you please let my members spam emotes? Because they're not only supporting me, but also being beauties. And I love seeing some of these beautiful face emotes, especially the ones of me. Don't you want to see this face in chat more often? And that emote is fucking great. What do you mean? Hello, Google? Can you not? Let him have some fun, man. Come on. We have a good community here. Alrighty, boys. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys said this was a good one. I'm gonna go eat pizza, chill out, work on videos tonight. We got a lot of videos to work on for the beta. Lots of new updates. I was literally just looking at a feral update. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get on for about like 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Check out this feral update. Turns out it's a lot bigger than I expected it was gonna be. Like, the update actually is more massive than what I expected. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by. Appreciate all of you. I'll see you boys next stream. Peace.